Get my credit card out. And my Bengay. And my Robitussin. And my NyQuil. And I can sell some cold blood. Woo, that's rough. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
We appreciate you who are for allowing to come on out here. Woo. Ain't that all right? Appreciate our zamara coming out. Woo, boy. That ain't gonna work me tonight, but that's all right. Got to get something done. Ain't that right? Everybody all right? Your hood been too. Ain't that right? Been better than us than we deserve. When you consider where the world at, where it's gonna be, and how this thing gonna end, he has been tubed to us. Just to allow us to be able to hear the debar, consider, make adjustment and change it, and make sure, listen, you gotta make sure you're right. Now, Dexter, that's the first time I ever seen a man holler himself on while his mom going. That man he came out, I said, there's way too much energy. There's no way he gonna keep that, the man gonna pass. I thought he was gonna shoot him down with some water. I said, it's way too much, he way too high. You gotta start low and come up. Who gonna, look at that, Yahushua from, that's right, all Tahalina, Mr. Yahuwah, Shabbat Shalom. Shalom to you as well. Ra'ah, as always, we'll have you. He has been tubed to us, so we ought to take more earnest heed to him and make our calling and election sure. Hashtag New Jerusalem bound. I appreciate that. And I have said, appreciate that. Robert Snyder, get your groove on. Oh, no, we can't do Jesus' name. We appreciate you, Robert. We appreciate you. Well, it's not a problem. Robert, I want you to think that's well, let me say this. With the name Jesus, I think it's important for everybody to understand the concept first of what Yahuwah is trying to get us to do, more than is the name originally. Because a lot of times what people will get moved on is the name. The name doesn't really actually have the power that you look for it to have unless you have the understanding, unless you actually halak in it, which is walk in it. A lot of us, a majority of us came through under the title of Jesus. So we don't act like we're so far removed now like the first time we ever heard it. It's just that once you start to realize some things and you start to come into the knowledge of, you want to understand it in its entirety and understand the importance of the name. The name that he was given is the name Yahushua, and that is Yah's salvation. And the reason why he was given that name was distinctively because the purpose of what his duty was. He shall save his people from their sin. The purpose when he came to him, you're saying that he said he came into, he shall save his people. That's why he had to come to us. He couldn't come to everybody. He had to come, see, it doesn't make sense to come to anybody and just save everybody. He had to come to his people, and he was going to save them from their sin, from their kahan, which means we missed the mark. That's the purpose of why he came. I've already given you an assignment. You missed the mark. So I have to give you another instructor that can make sure this time you accomplish the feat. So in order to do that, he had to send us somebody who could actually do what his name said. He shall save his people from their sin. Now, along with that being done, of course, it was of necessity that there had to be a blindness. That blindness is what allowed every other Goyim nation to be able to be a part of. And translating writings that others have done. What a lot of people don't know, the language was lost for hundreds of years. Most people wouldn't know that. Believed to be kind of rediscovered about 1885. They hadn't even had the language. That's why when people start fighting about a lot of enunciation, really don't pay, none of these people really know. Okay, the language has been lost. Even the people that went back over, the German, these people that went back where they call themselves Jews today, all these people actually got their knowledge from a gentleman, what's his name? Eleazar. His last name was Pyramid. He changed the name, I think, to Yehuda. That's who one of the people that actually taught these people. He went back over in about 1920 something to Jerusalem. So all these people have taken, that's why a lot of times when they write, they put words up. People say things that they say. I'm really not moved by it because a lot of these people have not really done any really homework about what they're doing. We typically just follow and just don't ask questions. But the language was lost. The man was in Europe. He wasn't ever in Jerusalem. He was in Europe. He actually went and studied in Russia. See, a lot of these people that you have over here now, just to be truth of the matter, these people are Polish, they're German, These people are Europeans. They've always been European. They've never seen Jerusalem till they was given Jerusalem. This was something that was actually set up. Most of you don't know. England was actually behind putting them there. Most of y'all wouldn't even know that. England was behind putting them there. This is who set this treaty to put them over in Jerusalem and put them and try to start moving out the Palestinians. This whole thing has been something they have comprised and put together for years. So a lot of times everybody's arguing about the language. The first thing I look at before I want to argue about any words, let's look at behavior. Okay? Sunday worship. Let's go with the keeping and the duties of the writings. Most of the people can't distinguish one part of the writings from the other. It's important. If it was not important, the translators would have never told you what he'd done in the 24th chapter of the book of Oriah, they call Luke, which means Yahuah shineth. Okay? That's that you know, Yahuah shineth. You know how shining light comes in? It breaks through darkness. That's how it shines. It has to break through the cover of darkness. Okay? So there are a lot of things that people do and people attach to and they grab, and they don't really actually sit down to really get the understanding of the operation of how things should work. Like I was showing y'all about how he chose the Abba, the fathers, and because he harped them, what did he choose? The seed. And you understand that from a farmer. All right? He grow the stalk. He don't take the stalk with him, does he? He take the seed from what it produced from it. And that's what he tried to show us. I put my harp upon them. That's why I chose their seed. So there are a lot of things that people will say, they don't really understand it. So it's a difference in just reciting, calling out words and not really understanding what you're doing. A lot of stuff that you're getting 1611 King James Version, and they'll tell you hear people, y'all heard it, King James wrote the Bible. How many of y'all heard that King James wrote the Bible? Just tell them to show you when they told you he wrote it. He never wrote it. He was a king. Why would he write it? Who was first King James of Scotland? Okay, he was first of Scotland. He became King James the first of England. They only approached him. They had the Great Bible. They had all these translations, and they wanted to get one that would solidify the position of the Catholic Church. Most of these people hadn't did no real reading or researching. That's how you got the King James Version. So it was finished in 1611. They actually went, I think, in 1602 when they started to comprise it. Their goal was people were breaking from the Catholic Church. That's why when you read, they'll say, go baptize in the name of the Father and of the Son. And anytime you have a Christian religion, just for note, you're under Catholicism. And most of them don't. They'll argue and tell you they're not. You can say it, but that's what you are. That's why the homosexuality, the Protestants broke off from the Methodists, all of them broke off from it. These people became a method. It's just a method to how they did things. You know, and they call this method. That's all it was. It has a method. That's why they do the same thing. That's where your Sunday practice, all the Sunday practice, they come from the Catholic Catholicism, the church, their whole religion, how they established it. It was good for us at the time because we needed to learn the wrong way so we'd be established in the Mott. Hello? That's how we got to this point. So a lot of times people going chasing that grew up in the Amat, just like our people did. There were people that grew up in the Amat, which is the truth. And what did they do? They took off to go out to other Elohims. For a majority of us, we came out from them. We came out, that's why I said come out from among them and be separate. These are the things that actually happen. Who would he be talking to if everybody was already over him? It wouldn't make sense to say come out from among them and be separate if you're already here. That was a call. So there are a lot of things that we kind of learn and come into doing. I don't typically use the titling of the word Jesus in reference to the man that saved us and what he done. This is a transliterated, or they would call it transliteration. I said, let's go with what his name is. Kim Jong-il is Kim Jong-il in North Korea, in Russia, in China, in America. I don't know why Yahushua can't be Yahushua. If you go and ask Haiti, say, what y'all call Kim Jong-il in Haiti? You know what they're going to tell you? Kim Jong-il. Now, it's hard for me to imagine how can Kim Jong-il be Kim Jong-il in North Korea, where he was born and reared, where he ruling, he's the emperor, and he's still Kim Jong-il everywhere, but Yahushua is every other name everywhere else. I don't know why, and it's amazing, because the book told you that Yahuwah was going to be one. He ain't going to believe it, and his name was going to be one. Everybody's going to call him by one name, one Shem. And it's important for us to get there, but this is what my push is. I'm not trying to establish it today. That time's coming. Let's establish behavior. I don't want to fight. I ain't looking for no fight with nobody. It's futile because the goal is for us to obtain salvation. But in order to do that now, we got to look at truth. You got to look at the whole truth. Because this is what you got to look at. Let's go with Jesus. Let's go with it. This is what I ask people. What was his name before 1611? Because this is what Christians, they'll put you this. That my mama called Jesus. What you have a book that is clearly translated, has a date of 1611. Are we to believe that this religion started in 1611? Go start tracing back from every book that they copied out and find out where did they get the name from. A lot of times people are giving you things and for a purpose, to get you off. It's to get you off. They had a movie years ago called, a TV show. It was called Dragnet. How many of y'all remember Dragnet? When they came out, dum, da, dum, 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 da, dum, 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 they would tell you something. You know what it was? The story you're about to see is true. But the names have been changed to protect the innocent. The story is true. They just knew how to take the name away. If I'm oppressing you, if there's a name you could call, how many of y'all remember wrestling? I'm talking about good wrestling, good wrestling. How many sometimes they would you had your favorite wrestler, he come and he fight, and then your favorite wrestler some kind of way get hit, get caught, and it's a tag team match. What is the opponent trying to make sure of? Don't let him tag. Because if he tagged, the other man's going to come in and the dynamic's going to change. So the whole end will be, he'd be almost there, and they'll snatch him back, and you be hollering like, oh, come on, man, let it tag. And he could never make it over. And the whole time you be seeing like, if he could just make some kind of way or something could happen if he could tag, and that's how they got you. They did the same thing. They ain't stupid. Everybody knew what would happen if you tag. The dynamic's going to change. And they knew what was going to happen if you learned the name. Dynamic's going to change. Because just like when we transfer over from using the name Jesus, if people look, we changed over a whole lot of things. And that was just from changing the name. Why do you think they leave these people stuck with these names that they fabricate, they put up? You can clearly look at etymology when they go back and look up these words and look these names up and look at what was the original name. And there are things they don't tell us, and it's not just an issue with people of color, it's an issue with people around the globe, because he set salvation up for everybody. Now you have groups, nobody can be saved but people of color, nobody can be saved but blacks and men. I don't subscribe to, I don't teach it, okay? I don't subscribe to, I don't teach it. If that's what you teach and you're good with it, you go ahead and you take it. All I'm concerned about at the end of the day is truth. Let's get to what is true. Let's get to that. And I believe that if a person is honest at heart, you're transformed. That's being honest. You're transformed. Everybody, you're transformed. If you're not honest, you're going to stay with what you want anyway. You ain't have an intent to do nothing anyway. We're not talking just to the person. I'm talking about everybody. This is what, let me tell you what's dangerous. A lot of people have some of the language, and they're the most dangerous people, even here. You're dangerous. Because what I found when people learn the language and they start to get some of this understanding, they start copying out a responsibility. Then it's the white man. You pick and choose now whether it's the white man or whether it's the word. When there's something they don't like, that's the white man. When there's something they like that they doing, that's the word. This all becomes dangerous. So that's why I said, to be honest, the most important thing I'm concerned about, let's look at what is truth, okay? I saw something, I think, about gospel writer. We don't sing nobody else's stuff, not interested in it. We'll write our own, we'll do it. We just kind of, we just not interested in singing a gospel writer. And later on you find out he is a she, she's a he, and there's a them and an I and an O, and they're vowel and everything. We just rather write to what we want to say to him, about him, and just stay in contrast and taking some. Everybody went crazy out Donnie McClurkin, and never, what's the boy name done? Never would have made Marvin Sapp. Then they saying that he actually sung that song about his wife. He never gave you a name. Who was it? Then you know what the excuse was? Well, he said, well, I'm saying about Jesus. Okay, but that's not what the man talking about. So that's why you have to be careful about a lot of time about artists and their writing. And I'm a proponent, even with you guys, what you're writing. If you ain't living what you're writing, don't sing it. I don't think there's no better than a gospel singer out there smoking cigarettes, smoking dope, getting drunk. I have no excuses for nobody. Everybody need to walk upright. That's where the real power play comes in. See, there's a lot of people out there with a lot more talent. They just won't live it. That's the problem Yahuah got. That's why he'll use a person like me and other people in here. People say, I would never listen to, man, that ain't good to me. Then, yeah, but you ain't gonna beat me living. Right. What I'm saying is what I'm living. I'm just being honest. I ain't gonna say, well, see, all of it ain't true. I wouldn't have wrote it. That's right. That's right. I wrote it because that's the truth. That's right. Gotta make sure you're right. Yes, he might come back here tonight. Yeah, that's right. Y'all got it. What I wrote, I wrote it. I wrote it because that's exactly what I meant. That's right. Ain't that right? That's what I meant. Yeah. You trying to sing somebody else's song and they ain't what you don't know what they meant. Right. Yeah. So it's a different, now listen, people can sing whatever you want to sing. Listen, at the end of the day, you got to make sure you got solace in yourself. Yep. Especially when it comes down to everyone in here, you got to meet this man. Yes, and when you meet that man, you ain't right. You won't get a second chance. A lot of people get, well, you know, I know my preacher ain't right. I know, but like people say, is everybody here right? No, I wouldn't lie for them. No, not half of them. I'm not going to tell them lie, but they're on a plate to get right. That makes much sense that 50% of people in the hospital well. Why they there? Right. Because they sick. They somewhere where they can get help. Right. I ain't covering nobody. That's the truth. And if the leadership ain't right, the whole body's sick. Yeah. Y'all got it? The whole body's sick. Listen, they said, well, the usher ain't right. The choir ain't right. This ain't right. Look at the, is it somebody that's instructing everybody how to live right? It's everybody that's responsible. Nobody's job to make you live right. But if the instructor ain't right, you in trouble. Yeah. Y'all hear me? I've been doing this over 26 years. Not one scandal. A lot of lies. This ain't been no scandal. A lot of lies been told, no scandal. I married my brother's sister. I'm homosexual, and I have AIDS. I drive a $350,000 Maserati. I live in $1 million house. A lot of lies. We just ain't been able to get nobody to come with no truth on that stuff that people saying. I mean, at the end of the day, that's what I do. Listen, at the end of the day, he looking for somebody that's stumped live right. Y'all got it? That's just it. And you know what? There's a lot of people, listen, a lot of better vocabulary. I can't read. You don't want to see my writing is terrible. But for some reason, this man let me go to work with this book. He let me go ahead and go to work with it. Y'all get it? For some reason, it all makes sense. Because I believe in living right. That's the first key. I'm for the language, 100,000% for the language. I'm just not sold on everybody to try to tell me what it means. I'm just not, I mean, as far as the writings of it or how to enunciate it. Because you got people trying to tell you about vowels and consonants. Vowels and consonants is something the Greeks gave you. And most people, I had to teach them that. Most of y'all didn't know what vowel and consonant was other than A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes Y. For those that don't know, a vowel, the difference between a vowel and a consonant is the restriction when you, A, no restriction. B, that's restriction. That's why it's a consonant. Ask them why. Because that's a consonant, that's about why. Because that's a consonant and that's about, we through reciting. Yeah. We through reciting. It's time to know. And just like they don't understand different that, they don't understand the difference between Jesus and Yahushua. They ain't just give you a wrong name, they give you the wrong color. That's how they just make, they ain't just give you a name, they give you a color to go with it too. That totally contradicts any of your writings. All you show me in the book where it said clearly in the book of Kazon, his hair should be white like lamb's wool. And somebody, you can give a man, his hair ain't even blonde. It's sandy. And get what these folks say? Oh, blonde. See, folks, everybody keeps saying, when did you see him with blonde hair? The man hair is sandy. And we'll be reciting, oh, blonde hair, blue eye. The man's eyes ain't even blue, even the white one. How many of y'all done heard that, oh, blonde hair, blue eye? Tell me when you seen it. You know what that's called? It's called you keep reciting what you hear. You know it's bad you can look at something and you still ain't got good sense. Can you show the picture they show of Jesus right quick? Let's show the one tradition they show. And this is about helping everybody. Everybody, just look, this the picture. And this is stuff our people say. We ain't talking about what white people, this is how dumb our people are. The picture tip they show of Jesus, blonde hair, blue eye, what they tell us. Let's just look at it for ourselves. Imagery. This is me too. This is me. My name is Google. Oh, look at old blonde hair, blue-eyed Jesus. And guess what? We be amening it. Where them blue eyes? Where that blonde hair? I mean, we just recite. That's what makes me angry. Because then you come, and I look at, I was a reciter for years. Nobody said, it's bad you look at something and still call it wrong. You still grade it wrong, and you looking at it. How many of y'all gonna say, oh, blonde hair, blue eyed? How many of y'all agree to a shot? They give you old blonde hair. But when did you see it? That's why we're trying to reestablish ourselves in their mind. For me, at the end of the day, I don't care what color picture they put. I'm not following down. You can put the black, show them the black one. I care much about this one than I care about the white one. So I ain't no proponent for pushing one of them over the other one. Here's old drug. Look at the joke here. I seen this joke of him. I seen that joke at Golden Crust. That joker got a small oxtail, one of them little drinks they got down there, and 2 beef patties. I don't subscribe to this food. Look at these jokers here. Look at him. This is it right here. I seen him downtown Atlanta at 5 Point. I don't pay these guys no attention. I don't subscribe to either one of these guys. So I just want to be clear. I don't want nobody to go ahead and holler, oh, preacher want a black. We don't put them up. All this again is guitar. He clearly told you that you weren't supposed to have in this stuff. We just don't subscribe to it. Y'all got it. When he came, he told what color is the word? Right. That's right. Oh, we look at the color. We know what color is on paper, but you can't write with a red pen? That's right. With a blue pen? Right. Come on, let's not play out. See, people always try to find reason. This is my whole end for everybody. Can we just get down to let's live right? If we get to living right, that's our transformation verse. What good are these languages? Okay, the people who we've taken now, what were they speaking? Japanese? The original people, what were they speaking? Korean? What were they speaking? They were speaking the language. They saw they heard his voice. They saw the thunder and they seen the lightning and a rock started shaking. Where they at now? I'm sold on behavior first. Please don't go tell me I no lie. Preacher said language ain't important. You take your hand and slap your face before I get to it. I never told you that. I'm just telling you where we are now. We have to condition ourselves on behavior first. Because when you start doing these words, none of these guys can prove what they're saying. None of these people don't care what they script. First of all, what makes no sense, you're scripting in English. You're using English. These people don't even know they're writing something. First of all, they ain't even script it ain't even script correctly when they're writing in the first place. Okay, they had script because everybody couldn't write when it come down to how you have to script and how you have to write. This why he told you not the smallest where they'll put jot and tittle that they'll use Greek writers and iota. When you start looking at the yard, because there's a certain way you stroke in order to create. Because you're using the hand, the yard, and you're writing something in English and in cursive, and you're trying to use letters to try to get you to enunciate close to, just like they give you phonics. Phonics don't necessarily put you exactly on the pronunciation. It puts you in the area of how it sounds. Basically, when you're using English, all you're trying to do is phonics. You're trying to get close. But guess what I make sure to do? I'll make sure I'm accurate on living. Accurate on living. Rest of this stuff is phonics. Everybody's argumentative. Ask them, who signed the decree that you had the right one? Who signed this decree that that's the right way that you're supposed to enunciate it? You'll waste time with these people. A lot of these folks, they create, because a lot of these people, they create based on how they feel. I hate white folk, so guess how I'm gonna write? Anything to fight white folk, that's dangerous. Please don't go tell that lie. No, I don't hate white people. I'm saying this becomes dangerous. A lot of stuff we changed to him. I don't subscribe to it anymore. I apologize to anybody. I heard you hate whatever, white, whatever reason. I repent. I take it on his face. I take it on the chin. I'm a man. I'm more concerned about the saving of our soul. We can't afford to miss and wind up burning Sheol because we're going to sit here and play a game of I hate white people. Right. White people don't do nothing but sinful. White people wrong. So what about these black folks? Who breaking in these black neighborhoods? White people? Who's shooting these folks in these black neighborhoods? White people? It's us. We just a detriment. We focus on my head at white. We didn't realize we people that victimize our own people. We victimize more about, I ain't taking nothing away from the responsibility of what's been done to us by other races, but let's look at how much we've inflicted upon ourselves. But nobody want to deal with truth. Let's deal with truth. When you deal with truth, I remember one thing I've been a proponent for, clean living. Yeah, that's it. I'm for clean living. He showed me it wrong. I guarantee we stopped. We had all them, y'all remember when you'd eat pork? A lot of y'all want him. Man, we had pictures. We'd have on the website. Listen, barbecue rib in our mouth like this. We had them pictures. You remember we had them pictures years ago? When I preached on that pork, didn't I? We took all that stuff down. Man, we had them barbecue rib pit. We were laying in them pork ribs too. I'm talking about some knife bone. I almost thought I'd take the one then. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, we had to transform. We had to change. We did Sunday worship. She remember when she first came, we were doing Sunday worship. Now I was doing Saturday morning. You know how I got them, and I convinced folks, and I got them to transfer them. I didn't even tell them about Shabbat. I started telling them, come in on Saturday. We're going to start having Bible study on Saturday. That's how I got them. I did just like Shaw, craft. I got them with guile. I had them come in on Saturday. I would do Bible study. And I went and I talked about it. I said, they would come in on Saturday, on Shabbat. I said, well, we were calling Shabbat. I said, it was Sabbath. We didn't know Shabbat word. And I said, what they would do, they would be doing what we're doing now. They would be sitting down and going over the word. So it took the fear away. Because what did we grow up doing? If I say, hey, y'all, we're going to start keeping Sabbath, people want to catch. They say, man, we done lost. So you have to be, even with this, you got to be wise when you're trying to transform people. What do you know? What have you been hearing? Just like even with talking about Jesus. I got up and I just told everybody, really, the whole thing it threw a lot of folks in him. It threw them to death. You got to be wise. You don't let a person hear something for most of the majority of their life that they know, and then you just jump up, all of a sudden you say it's wrong. They say, okay, it's wrong because you say it's wrong. No, you got to educate me. I got to see it. I got to understand it to do it. So I understand the fear. I understand the hate and the fight back, because it was a time, listen, had it not came to me where it came, I would have never took it. I was dead set on Jesus. And Sunday, apostolic, we call it apostles' doctrine. I said, that's what the apostle doctrine. I said, apostle, apostolic. Some others don't call themselves apostolic. They used to say apostolic too. These folks started listening, say apostolic, not in the book. It got to say apostles' doctrine. This is the sad part. That's not a name of a movement. When you put the S and apostrophe, you're showing ownership. It was their teaching. And people made it though this was their religion. It was not their religion. It was telling you they stayed in the teaching of the Malaky, the sent one. So they seen apostles' doctrine. This is, simple English. I can't even read and write and I know that. This is when you don't know what you're doing. They seen apostrophe, seen ownership, and didn't understand and thought it was their religion. That's the name of religion. No, they was telling you on Acts 2:42 that they continue in their teaching. That's a lot, believe it or not. I'm not the smart. Listen, I won't argue nobody on how smart I am. Please don't argue, because I know very little. I have not the understanding of a man. I have not the, listen, I'm more brutish. Listen, I have not the understanding. And I'll ask you for, what is his name? And what is his son's name, if you can tell me? I got a book for it. A lot, because people spend more time trying to fight, debate. This I don't get. Tell me when Shaul, who they call, when any of you guys went around trying to debate each other. This stuff is so carnal-minded. You're not even in the running for, what is the purpose? What is the purpose? If anything, why wouldn't preacher say, as Yahuah asked us in the book of Amos, they'll call him Amos, and that's fine, because Amos made good cookies. But Amos, whose name means burden, so it's important to understand the reference to the name. It's a burden. He looked, this was a burden to me. He told them, come, let us sit down and reason together. He wanted, with Yeshayahu Amos, 5th chapter, I think the first chapter, he asked them about them contending. He wanted to sit down and he wanted to contend before the heart, the mouth. And it's important for us to sit down and have an understanding on it. We got to be able to reason together, sit down and see what makes sense. And a lot of times we don't. We spend more time fighting, trying to show who the wrong is. And everybody wrong when you don't have the right emphasis on why you're trying to do what you're doing. Listen, if I'm trying to do this so I can try to show John, make John like a stupid fool and make him look dumb and show him out, I assure you it could be right. It's not for a benefit. Even Shaul said, he said, some teach Mashiach. He said, some are strike, some are contention. Then he said, so some I'm teaching. I'm just not interested. I'm trying to look at the benefit. We are all dying. Black, white, Asian, Indian, everybody. Everybody being thrown aside. These religions have been the most detrimental thing to all of us, because we boxed ourselves in the wall till we can't sit down and look at life. So if we the only one right, we the only one got the truth, we the only one stuff, how these people gonna get it? Right. Why do you think he dispersed and scattered us among these people? Right. That was a purpose. It was a purpose. A lot of people, he sent Abraham, where he sent him? From the land of Ur, where he was born at, sent him from there, and he went into the land of Canaan, that we know as Canaan, and Canaan. He sent him here among the people. Along the way, he met a man. Y'all remember what the man was he met? That's another one. Tell him who he was? That's right, Malaky. He was the name who they call Abimelech. Malaky was his name, which means he was the emperor of righteousness. That's what the name means, emperor of righteousness. Abraham happened to come across this man. This man had took his wife and didn't know it. Listen, your name, you rule over being right. Yeah. And here you done took something and you didn't even know you shouldn't have this. But just so happened, I dispersed the man from his homeland that you come into contact with. And here you are just laying in sleep. You this close to transgression. And I awaken you. Because I told you. When I woke you up, I told you. I didn't say, wake up, wake up. I told you, you are a dead man. You are a dead man. What happened? I hadn't even done that. But had you touched her, I would have killed you. I would have killed everybody among you. That man whose wife you got is a nabah. You give her back to him. He will pray for you that you might live. See, you could be in your righteousness. You're going to have to see a man like me. Yeah. He had to see Abraham. Listen, he had to come see. Listen, do you understand? You rule over right. I am the emperor of right. Still got to go see Abraham. He said, go see him. He will pray for you that you might live. See, he did all that so he can keep you right. See, he had to put you that close to wrong so you realize, stay right. But see, you need a lot of intelligence to pick there. You won't have a lot of book sense. Just got to have a lot of understanding. That's what he gave me. See, think about it. You said you're right. But see, you will mess around and you could be right. How'd that call? Because he didn't know. He saw it. And how he saw it? He saw her through one of other people's eyes. So when he took her, who eye was he right in? That's why he sent a man like me by. I'll pray for you that you'll live. Hello? Yes, sir. I ain't got to argue about it. He sent me. I ain't sent myself. Y'all hear me? I ain't sent myself. And I ain't trying to say to get no water. All I'm doing just this. All I'm trying to do is cry. And I'm trying to tell you about the man coming. I'm crying out in Bamart. Yeah. They don't even realize they're so done. These guys are going out in the midst of trees, in the bushes, talking about they don't even know. He told you, I see men as trees. I had to teach you that. Yes, sir, you did. Well, they think this man was out here crying out the bushes. So these guys going preach, buying a bunch of bushes, standing in the middle of them talking about Elijah. That's not even the man name. You lying. He was talking to the people because the multitude came. He was crying out. He was one crying out in Bamart because he clearly told you, I see men as trees. But see, if you don't have a teacher, they can teach you, show you, and instruct you. Right. You can be right. I can pray for you that you might live. I ain't nobody. I ain't trying to make myself nobody. I ain't been doing it that long. Y'all got it? Yes, sir. I just make sure I do it. I'm of an honest intent. And make no mistake, if I ain't, it gonna show itself. Yeah. Y'all hear me? He said, there's no darkness, there's no shadow of death, where the workers of iniquity may hide themselves. That's right. Because I care about people. All color, all race. Why shouldn't a person, who chose their race? Who chose their color? So why shouldn't you get a fair chance? Why should someone, man, they Japanese, so they made themselves. You know, at one time I was so blind, it's almost like they had you thinking people made themselves. Yeah. Nobody made themselves. The man that made all of us is giving opportunity to everybody. We are the discriminators because we don't see the way, he told you, you don't see the way I see. He never looked at your color. I was looking at your heart. What I told you about Dawood was, I said that Dawood was a man of my own color. He said Dawood is a man of my own heart. That's all he's trying to do. And you ain't gonna believe who's gonna say it. None but white people. Pure-blooded whites. Why the man gonna tell me poor? So what color is pure in law? What color David pure in law? I don't know how only black people gonna be saved with nothing but the pure in heart. going to sin. That's why we're trying to transform out from the ignorance of our teacher, the ignorance of our worshiper, the ignorance of our doing. It hurt us. We lost so much time. We got so far behind. Hating one another, fighting one another, want to kill each other. Everybody in it. Listen, you know what's going to be. Let me borrow for a second. Stand right here. Right now. I'm trying to run. This right here, you said, this the boat. This the boat I went around. We got a hole in the boat. You're going to be around and drown. Oh, yeah, you're going to drown. What's the problem, y'all? Yeah. We're in the same boat. Yeah. That boat going out, we're in the same boat. Right. We work better instead of fighting oil. Let's just try to fix the boat. That's right. That's all. That's all. We waste a lot of time. That's right. And you know who the leaders? He told you who the people who causing the error. Leadership causes everybody error. And you ain't gonna believe who destroyed. The ones that follow. He said they are destroyed. Because you know what? So it's important now to work on repair. Repairing is what we're trying to work on. Understanding why and where we are. I think that's the more better. Let's understand why and where you are. Why is all this happening? And where am I at with it? That's all I'm concerned about. Why and where? Where am I at? Why? Why is all this happening? Why do these situations arise? What caused these situations to kind of come into play? And then I want to know, where am I at? Where am I at? Most people like that, man, I'm just long for the ride. You know how many folks have gotten killed joyriding, they call it? How many folks gone to jail jumping in the car with people? I can't just be jumping in the car about it. Where you going? I got a cousin sitting in jail now. He's been in jail since he was 17. He should be 60-something now. Oh, yeah. He ain't even near getting out. He was waiting on his girlfriend to pull up, and his older sister was there now, and his brother pulled up with his friend. They told him to come on, two friends said, come on, man, try. He was waiting on his girlfriend to pull up. He was on with her. Hey, man, come on, go with us, man, ride with us. And he finally convinced, he got in the car with him. And they rolled off. As soon as they pulled off, who pulled up? Girlfriend. That last time she seen him on that side. She didn't get to see him. When they left her now, they went to rob somebody and they killed him. He didn't even get out the car and got the most time. Had nothing to do with it, didn't know what they were doing, never got out the car. They the one killed him. You ain't even gonna believe this. All of them out of jail except for him. He's sitting in jail, still upset. His brother just got through talking to the UN. They paid him to go see the UN and talk to them about prison reform. You know what it is? That's how Yahuah see fit. That's how Yahuah see fit. I'll allow somebody to get out and I'll hold you down. And you'll sit there and you'll be angry and you'll be balled up until you realize that Elohim rule in the Malkut of Elohim. And he give it to whom he will. You have absolutely to do with nothing. That's why you ain't got no position to complain and murmur and grumble. You don't control nothing. One man control your situation, and once you get conscious and realize I put you here, then you'll do better. He'll sit there, he'll ride it now till he realize one man ruled that made that decision. That he said the man who had nothing to do with it, the man who wasn't even supposed to be there, who stayed a passenger, who never fired a shot, had a hand on the gun, you still in jail and everybody else out. Doing well. Man, doing really well. Not just doing, listen, doing really well. Very well. How many people you know got out of jail and they fly them to go see the UN? They fly them to the UN to talk to them about prison reform. How about people his brother helped out, got out? They paying for him. Listen, paying for his clothes, paying for everything he got, man, for the first year. Tell him, he done helped so many folks, helped them when he was in prison, get them on their feet, educate them, get stuff going. Yahuah put him there just to help people out on the street and all them folks paying him back. Other one who had nothing to do with it, did absolutely nothing, sitting in jail rotting. Ain't even nowhere close to no parole. You been there since you was 17. You 60. And he get out here, he probably start functioning real well. Probably take up, yes, oh, what? Man, please, that man get out here, man, go straight to work. Probably be a doctor or a lawyer. angry. A lot of y'all, let me tell you something, a lot of y'all serve him just like that. You angry about your situation. He put you in your situation so you consider. He's trying to get you to repent. Get you to consider. You can't control, listen, you ain't in no situation of your own because you control nothing. I put you there. He purposely put you there. Until you learn to realize that, I gotta make a change. That's what I did, man. You gotta get over your anger. Sometimes, man, we bad about just keep fighting. This be one thing, you fighting, you winning, you losing. Every fight you done put up, you lost. How I know you lost? You ain't made it nowhere. Wait, listen, I tell you what, you think in slavery, you familiar with here slavery, how many slaves beat their masters up and got away? How many right around? None of them beat slaves up and stopped them. The only reason you came out, of course, Yahuah see fit, he designated. None of the slaves freed themselves, okay? Yahuah set fit that it became a competition between the northern side and the south side. It was about production. See, what you don't know, because most of you're really ill-informed, okay? White people deal with currency, okay? They're looking at production. They're looking at making money. The South had free labor. The North looking at we paying for labor. If they pay for labor like we pay for labor, they cannot outproduce us. That's how the whole situation came in of trying to abolish slavery. It was never because it don't look right. Oh man, I seen a black woman and somebody raped her. Go find me the book where it said. I see little kids and they not free and they can't go to school. Never happened. This whole thing came in by economics. Economics was the only problem. Lincoln had clearly told you, wherever would save the Union, I would agree to. I don't know why they teach people of color that Abraham Lincoln tried to master. He constipated you because you know why? You still stuck like a third. He never did. It never happened. Lincoln's own word was he would do whatever would save the Union, which was the North. Whatever saved him. He was for the Union. My poor people, they don't know no better. Lincoln was, he came out, his doctrine that he came out from, he followed a man named Henry Clay. Most of you wouldn't know none of this stuff. I wouldn't even waste your time trying to find, but they can put up everything I tell you. I only say it because it recorded. You can go back and check behind me. Henry Clay, you'll find out who he followed. The name of the party before the Republican Party was the Whig Party. That's who he followed, the Whig Party. He was a follower and he was an advocate for his doctrine. See, mostly you just stop at the person. I want to know what made the person. So it's a lot of stuff you don't know. It ain't going to help you no way because you ain't going to understand. It's so much that works against you that you don't know. I try to educate you about your spirituality, which is your most important, but you need to understand how basic things work and hurt you, okay? You know when he brought them out Mizraim, you remember how they fought and how they kept, how they were knocking niggas out and fought? You said, what happened? I mama got my story. Y'all remember how they fought and came out? And you're going to fight your way out of him. Fighting these people ain't going to get you out of him. That's what I'm trying to help. That's why he tried to show him. Musha killed one of them, didn't he? And when he killed him, you feel like they let him go? They were hunting for him. Just like Nat Turner. Keep listening to these stupid leaders. We got to kill these crackers. I don't even listen to conversation. Some stuff, I don't even entertain the talk. I don't even entertain the teaching the conversation. It hadn't happened. That's not going to be your success. You're your own. Listen, first of all, a couple things that hurt you. You don't know enough. That might, how old AJ? 5. AJ, come on, Tyler, look down. Listen, I'm finna go. I'm leaving. I'm finna get my stuff. Why you saying no? He don't know enough. You ain't going to believe it. The nigga don't know enough to be by himself. Okay. I know you don't like the word nigga. For those that think, oh, he lost it. First of all, you don't know what you're talking about. It comes from the word negus, okay? Negus actually refers to being an emperor. You were told by your oppressor who could not enunciate and knew you were called negus, and then your Africans will tell you, we don't say nigga. You don't say a whole lot of stuff, but you say Jesus. They don't even know their own language. But they don't even know. They'll brag on not saying nigga because they don't know where the word actually originates. They erase their knowledge. Go look at any African. Every African you're going to find, you know they're going to you either going to be English or you're going to be French. You're only coming from 2 colonies. They're either going to be French or English. The English going to still tie you into American. Now these people, don't let these folks impression. Talking about the Haitian. Haitians still they speak more French than the French do. Brainwash, they still got a white man on the dollar. Don't keep talking about, no, you ain't liberated yourself. Stop it. Just stop. You're a liberal. You too free and open to accept everybody's teaching. Don't listen to me, though, because I ain't got no education, though. I don't know nothing. I just be blabbing and talking. Can't prove none of this stuff either. I assure you, this look he gave me, he just gave it till I look stupid. Don't let these folk mess you up. I'm about the plan of salvation. At the end of the day, I just let you know I'm not ignorant or oblivious to anything that's going on out here. I'm very well knowledgeable and conscious of it, and I understand there are things. I even talked about your liberation. Listen, when he came to deliver them, how did he come up with delivering them and giving them goods? When it's about spirituality. Because there was no way they were going to be able to trade and manufacture and work and they had no currency. These people left out with gold, with clothes, with all this stuff they had, all these things they had, and they had their, what they going to do? They counter. My son, the Lord provide. Why do you think he gave them the knowledge of? Listen, what were their occupation before they came out? Slaves. And what occupation though? What occupation? Farmers, herdsmen, what else? Builders. Because how did you get Jerusalem? So if they didn't know how to trade, they didn't know how to farm, they didn't know how to keep animals, how were they going to survive? They had to have a skill level. Surely you can build pyramids, you can build a wall. Surely you can build a city. See, they so dumb, they so busy fighting, they don't even realize why. They don't even realize what happened. You needed a skill set. You need a skill set. So when I bring you out, now let's go. How you go? Oh, Massimo, I just got to go back to and ask one of them good old clean pharaohs to help me build a house. You already had the skill. You already reaped down other people's harvest. Surely you know how to plant your own. What y'all think blacks did when they came out from slavery and sharecropping, when they bought property? They went and became doctors and lawyers. They were farmers. They had to build their house. They had to build their barns like they built them for their masters. But again, don't listen to me because I know very little. I have not the understanding of a man. That's why you got to stop fighting everything. He got a purpose while you're in your position. Man, I struggled a long time in my life. And I struggled a long time in my life because I had to first, he let me struggle a long time because I had to understand why. I need to understand why, and I need to know where you at. I needed to know that. Why? I fought everything trying to get out of everything, just get out of everything and just try to, you're right, you can't get out of everything. First you need to understand them. That's how I learned to stay out of them. You know why y'all keep going back to them? Because you didn't understand why you were in it. I can come pull them out the mud, they're going to say, I'm stuck again. They don't know how they got in it. Once you learn how you got in it, guess what? You ain't going to never have to worry about pulling me out no more. Y'all got it? Yes, sir. I try to teach y'all how money it's a tool. You don't start learning how you do stuff. Everything is a tool. Knowledge is a tool. You know how those people learn how to make the garments and different things? He said, I put it in their minds. I gave them the knowledge to know how to take a tool, how to work it, how to use it. Yahuah giving us knowledge how to use it. Y'all guys will fight everything, come up with your own concept, your own ideology. And what scared me is just show me what you've done with it. You know why I can follow a man like Yahuah? When he said, I create, I can see the man working. I said, I can listen to what you're saying. I can follow that. He can give me understanding, show me I'm able to do this. You follow people that can't do nothing. It makes no sense. And then he wants to give you the same ability just like he gave Adam. If I'm going to make you like me and I'm going to let you have, you're going to need to know what I know so you can keep it. Everything you get, you lose it because you ain't learn how to possess it. It takes a lot of time and it takes a lot of hitting your head on that wall. It takes a lot of dumb, stupid, retarded, ignorant, willfully mistakes to get to a point that sounds like, you're a boy, I hear you. I'm tired of being in the hole. I'm tired of doing stupid stuff. I'm tired of repenting. I'm tired of going. You just had to get to a point you realize where you go. If you're successful, if I'm a successful bank robber, if I meet a successful bank robber, never get caught, he started going, it's going to be hard for me to convince that man he need to stop. Yeah. Now, the joker done got caught, and every time he done got caught and I talked to him, he going to say, please, that make a lot of sense. He's sitting in prison, he going to say, it's going to be because he's seen the failure of it. He see, I ain't got nowhere to go. But the guy that's still hitting again ain't never getting caught, and he's still rolling doing well. It's hard to get him to change. Why you think Yahuah done knocked you down? Why you think he let stuff work? He was hoping that you'll sit down and say, time to make a change. If you were successful, you were doing it, listen, I wouldn't even try to talk to you about it. It'd be a waste. I know I couldn't convince you. You're doing too well at what you're doing. But you do the math. You know where you're at. You know you can't sleep. Not because you have a sleep problem with sleeping. You got a problem with problems and problems on top of problems. And you just wrestle through your mind and you don't know where you at. I can help you though. Listen, I can pray for you that you'll live. That's amazing. He told any one of you, Mary, what he told you to do? John, sing that song for me. No, he said, if you marry, you sing. Lee, you just sing that one for me, I feel good. He said, if any marry, I'm just help you out, small concern. Come on, tell the truth. Tell the truth. I want to hear you, Sasha, I got to hear you sing that song on Mary. But he said, if I'm married, he said, you sing. He said, if you married, you sing. He said, any of them sick, call for the Zakanine. See, he said, I can anoint you with oil. He said, the prayer armor I got, he said, to heal the sick. No, he said, did I also mention, if you commit any qatar, he said, it'd be forgiven. I pray for you, you'll live. I got important why I'm him. I had to be him. See, I got booked what I'm talking about. What you got? You probably booked. You ain't got no time for this. All I'm trying to do is get our people to realize I'm really for the betterment of us. I ain't for the hurt of killing you. What I gain if you dying? This is what I try to get y'all to understand. Y'all will fight me. What would I gain? Can lose Can lose everything he got. Everything he got. Just tore down everything, total wreck. What I gain, Rod? I want you to answer for me. Come on, tell me how they gonna make me look better. Tell me how I'm finna come up and finna explode. Show me how they gonna really show me as a great person. I get folks here like, what I gain if you failing? I tell you I do something, you'll do the complete opposite of what I tell you. Do you understand I can't gain nothing and look intelligent? If I tell you something is wrong, don't you know what I stand to lose? Do y'all understand what I stand to lose? That's my credibility. Yeah, you know preacher, man. Preacher don't like to see a nigga hell now. Y'all know how preacher be tripping. Preacher don't be wanting to see nobody. Y'all, I see y'all up here too. What would I gain? I gain nothing. Nothing. Who you think they're gonna look at when you say, preacher told me to do that? What would I gain? What is they gonna do for me reputation-wise? Preacher said do it, and it's wrong. How is this gonna help me out? Just trying to help y'all out. I've been there. You can fight a lot of stuff in your mind and be going nowhere. You can create a lot of stuff in your mind. Don't be stupid. Slow down and take your time. Listen, there's nobody out here in the world my fight. I got on somebody today. I got on somebody. Someone tell you, they decided to call me. So I decided to let them have it and let them know about some stuff. And I explained them some stuff I told them before too. And I knew they were pissed, they didn't like it either. And I ended the conversation, we ended, gone. I texted them, I said, thank you, the end of it. It wasn't long they had to call me back. They need a huge favor. You know what I did? What I do? Huh? Say it louder. I did it. I ain't gonna throw it in their face, and I ain't throwing it in their face, and at the end of it, and I keep it moving. I said I refuse to be a trivial, small-minded person. I meant what I said, it came from a good place. I tell them, I said, you're a man. I said, a man, your word is everything. Oh, I love him. I love him in a clean, real good way. I love him because I was sick. But I said, I've told you about this before, haven't I? I said, you do business with me. How I do business? I said, you never look for me. I pay you always, right instantly. I expect to do business. I don't want to hear about something else that I talked to you about. I've told you about this several times. Oh, they were pissed, but I still helped them. Because that's just how I am. I'm not a true person. When I told them it came from a good place, I'm trying to help them be a man. And I'm especially when you got kids, you got sons. I said, you have sons. You're a man. You teach it. If my boys don't do it, it won't never be because they ain't see me do it. It'll be because they elected to choose to do something different. It won't be because I didn't show it to them. I'm a man. Y'all got it? Yes, sir. I try to help y'all. The stuff y'all do, ball up, shut down, can't talk, can't do nothing. No man does no foolishness like that. That's women. That's woman stuff. Man can't afford to crash, can't talk. I got to do work. I do business. I can't afford the whole stuff. I had to keep moving. I was the head man. He said, Daddy, he said, you ain't gonna believe it. I said, he said, what? I said, do this. I said, and don't even worry about it. Don't even say, just go ahead and do it. Don't even worry about it. He said, he ain't got all your money. I was doing, am I lying? Come on. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about? Say, he ain't even know about it. Come on, put a check. You need to know what's going on. Come on. You down here, so you don't even know what's going on. That's all I want to know because I need that check. When anybody getting by? Come on, Chris. Come on. Boston, 4 checks. Come on. Love doctor, come on, 4 checks. Come on, 4 checks. Oh, you can't be talking about nobody. You in trouble.
He laughed at me.
Who laughed at you?
Love doctor.
And man, you gotta go pee. And then come here and get a check when you come back. Listen, man. That one. What you supposed to get 4? No, you would. No, I'm gonna mention that. But somebody last night said when you was over there doing, you needed 4. You supposed to get 4, 2, 3, 4. They sick of you and Deion Sanders. Come on, give me that. This ain't from me. You know it's cut Boston. It's come from a good place. He said they watching live. He'll put 8 checks. Person that told me they said he'll put 8 if you watching live right now. He gonna put 4 of them. He gonna put 4 of them.
Preacher, these folks, you know.
That's I know they did that. Pastor, somebody call my name and come and put something on the board.
Me and Hayward got the same counsel.
You agree, Hayward?
Yeah.
Please don't be with Hayward. Something wrong with Hayward. Sick. Anybody said no Tula? Karen, what you looking back there for? Come on, Karen, don't take that long. Karen, no, he see Chris coming. He supposed to be on here. Appreciate it, man. And you know what? Listen, let me tell you something. This man here, these folks, listen, you talking about a fine fella. You ain't gonna get one day of problem out of him. You ain't finna get an argument or fight out of him. You tell Malcolm to do something, how many of y'all agree with that? Man, get that checkup on that boy, man. That stuff don't move. Got all that homeless stuff. I stay right here and get through playing. Said, that's a beautiful prayer. Yahushua, put that checkup on. No, we appreciate it. That's because you had to go get some water. That's going to actually make you strong. Some kind of way it's going to work to make you stronger. I don't know how. You just got to say that anyway for legal purposes. Karen, you been up here? Where you going? You been up here, Karen? I feel like he snuck past me. Karen, something don't feel right in my spirit. I'm gonna be watching Karen. But that's gonna help make them better some kind of way for legal purposes. But I just want us to do better. Everybody. I want our men to be better. I want our women to be better. I want our young people, our children to be better. I pull out for y'all all the time, too, especially my young people. I was a young man. They laugh at me. I started walking to church by myself when I was 6. I would move. Just going to tell. John, I want you to do it first. Because I see you can't run your home. You let your wife bust out. Like, come on. This save building. Come on, John. Then you're going to be behind him, right?
Give her 2 checks.
He's like, yo, John, no, but you don't. You want to do it, you want me to give her 2 checks. Yeah, but for whatever reason, he just allowed that to be something that kind of resonated in me to go. Not to say I went and had all understand I didn't, but preaching just always did. It always it was something that just moved me to just kind of, you watch, you like, and everybody listens to what he says, and this is the person that they looked at that was in tune at the time to God. You know what I'm saying? And people laid on his words. To me, I looked at it and looked at this was the connection. That was something I never talked to people about it. But I always, I found it to be fascinating that, here was a person, a man, and this man had this connection with the Creator, and people would listen to this person and believe that those words came from him. And that always did spot. And I strayed, I went away. But, to know that it's as clear as it was when I would walk up there, when I would go. It was just, for whatever reason, he just saw fit for that to happen that way and to go and to happen. And I had to make decisions that wound up being later in my life that were my decisions that I had to make for myself. And you know, I kind of can look back and pivot off of a decision that was made there by myself, not being made to go, nobody waking me up and tell me, you better get out here and go to church, you know. For whatever reason at the time, it was just, I went, you know, I went and I came and I sat, I looked. I was a kid too, I played, but I would look and it really kind of just fascinated me, the fact that this man was talking and this man was talking for God at the time, you know. I appreciated that, you know, the events that happened in my life and how they happened. And I guess they kind of played a part to where it kind of put me now to look at, there's some decisions, some things that you get yearnings for that you have to do. And sometimes it can't always be explained at the time. And it's not always a decision that's popular with other people, but it's a decision that's made. And I know out of my young people in here, some of y'all got the mind to listen. It don't mean, I remember tell y'all young people, I said, you ain't gonna know, you should make not one mistake. I tell y'all, I said, I know you're gonna make mistakes, but I don't want them mistakes to discourage you from getting to the truth. I'm honest with them, I'm real with them. A lot of people put things out there that's not practical. Even these grown people make mistakes, but then you learn to mature to getting away from them. And when you know something is wrong, it doesn't make logical sense to do it. Y'all got it? It doesn't when you start to look at it attaches to your soul. And when you find out something is not, or it takes you out of tune with him, it's a no-brainer. Let it go. Leave it alone. It ain't even worth it. I looked at when the person needed help. I wasn't finna get out of tune and waste my time with it. I had already said what I had to say and I was moving on. At the end of the day, that was just it. I just want to make sure when I leave, I want to be fair, I want to be right. I don't want to be childish, I don't want to be trivial, I don't waste my time. I told y'all before about the story of my daddy. He took me up with him to a job site there to pick up some stuff from the guy. They met up there to pick up some stuff from Southern Building. One of the guys did something he fired him on the spot. He told him, he said, you fired. He let him have it. I was probably about 7. I was standing up beside him. You don't remember when you come up the street, come out how make a left, go up the street, make a right, go down. It was a Southern Belle place to the end right there. You don't remember that, do you? See that? I remember that. I was about 7 years old. And because he let him have it and fired him. That guy said, man, you gonna fire me like that? My dad said, you fired. I don't know what he did. I was just, cause I know my dad, he let you have it. I was just standing, I'm standing beside him. I'm like, whew. That man, he said, you fired me. He said, I ain't even got money to get home, get nothing to eat. My dad went out in the pipe, gave him $5. He gave him that. He said, you still fired. He looked at me, he said, if a man need help, he said, it don't matter, you help him. Hold it that. Don't let no childlike stuff get in your heart and hold you back from growing. A lot of times people do things and they keep you from growing, stunt your growth. I know a lot of your growth stunted because you hold so much stuff and you don't know how to, at times you gotta let stuff go. It don't mean things don't around him. You gotta be able to let stuff go and keep moving. Listen, all you gotta do is do this. Where are you? Are you in a good place with your Creator? Are you financially stable? Are you sitting in a good place? No. That's why you can't afford to do it. Look at where you at. What you got to hold. The only person in a position to hold something against somebody is the person that's sitting in a good place. If you're in a real good place, some stuff, you just ain't got the time. It ain't beneficial. I don't have time to live my life worried about a lot of stuff people doing, holding stuff. I'm too busy trying to make sure I keep myself in tune, in rhythm with him. It don't mean things ain't gonna come up and happen, but when they do, like I said, you gotta know how to cast them down. And a lot of times you will hold stuff too long and it'll hurt you. And it just gnaw at you. In time you'll realize you're not growing. It ain't about, oh, if I got things I'm growing. It's about the relationship. Do you know what it's like that when you can talk to that man at any time versus it's certain things I can't say because of where I'm at. And because I hadn't done this and broken away from this, I can't talk about that. So I'm so limited and being so limited in conversation with him, let's just be honest, we can't even communicate. You can't communicate. Where are we going with the conversation? And you realize, just let it go. Don't even try to deal with it. Because you're too far in the hole with stuff and things and with people. You got to relinquish some stuff and just let it go for your salvation. You ain't going to believe it. That's what Yahushua had to do. for salvation. Y'all know where he started out at? Who know where Yahushua started out at? Who? Shamin. Was he a peasant? What was he? A Don? Would you say a Malak? Like an emperor? Would you say he was right? So he could possibly be the Malak of Sadiq. But he still had to come through and do some things to solidify his righteousness. That's all. The thing had to come through to solidify your righteousness. This came down for us to know just how right it was. Even with Melchizedek. Well, think about it. We didn't know he was right, did we? Not until that action, until that situation happened. And he even told you. He said, will you destroy a righteous people? If I'm the Malak of righteousness, wouldn't the people follow me be doing right too? And he looked at what he does could affect the destruction of all those people that following him. Don't y'all know that what Yahushua had to look at? See, that's going to be his arguing point to save you. When Yahuwah come back to destroy, will you also destroy a righteous people? That's why Yahushua prayed for you, that you might live. Remember? He said, forgive them. What's that word? Did Melchizedek know that that was Abraham's wife? No. I wonder what prayer Abraham could have prayed. Man, that dirty nigga, probably like that dirty nigga, he know that what he doing. That nigga be doing study all the time. But if you think that, or could he probably say, forgive him because he didn't know what he was doing? I have not the understanding that the regular people have. I'm more brutish than any of these people. Who done gathered all this in his hand? What is his name? What is his son's name? If you can tell me. That's about getting right. We're going to go to work. Appreciate y'all up there. We're going to try to get ready to go to work. I'm just rattling on. Ain't none of this stuff true. Don't pay no attention. Romans 15:4. Go ahead and let it roll. Look at Cam still sitting down. And Justin. Oh, don't try. That joker foot kidding about. Amber sitting down. Look at all these folks. Oh, my goodness. Who is that over there? White beard still sitting. Who is this? These jokers laid out, foot kicked up on the ceiling. No, they ain't that delay that long. That was a sleep. That wasn't no delay. People stand on. Y'all hear the Kato Sarah? Yeah, right. Oh, they say they can't hear it. Oh. It was a delay. I didn't have the mic. I know. I seen Justin foot up on that ceiling. Chanel, after Shabbat, y'all can go ahead and paint that ceiling. There's that fact. He's still getting them checked. They said, "Bob still got them checked." That's right. We appreciate it. Appreciate everybody. Harvey. Saturday side needed that. I need it. Listen, we all need each other. We all gonna hug each other. That's right. That's how we gonna make it. Ain't that right? That's right. Take our time. All right, Romans 15:4. All right, let's see how that work out for us. This is Romans 15:4. For those that don't know, first time watching, Byth Mashiach. Can y'all put that in there so people can see if they don't know what program we use? If not, if you can see the screen, you can follow along with us. So if somebody don't know the application, or you can see it, you can watch and follow it, because we all together. We ain't in no race to beat nobody and try to be smart than nobody. All I want to do is make sure we get this thing right. Appreciate it. Yeah, we ain't got no secret books and nothing that these folks got. Folks ain't got the lost book. That's what you call a moron, oxymoron. How could I have some of it was lost? You know, right? It's a found book if I got it. So y'all got the lost book. You ain't got no, like, if once you find it, it's still lost. No, sir. I know people say it used to be lost. All right, listen. Specify. This is Roman Nikatab before. Whatever Nikatab is what Nikatab was written. Whatever written. Listen.
Nikatab, Talamadus.
Was written to teachers, to show us, and to instruct us. So that
through endurance.
Going through without giving way.
And
you need to know what that means. That's right. You need to pay attention. Patient, not hospital. Not hospitalized, under care of physician. We're talking about going through without quitting. This is the purpose of why he gave you the word, which tell me if he gave it to me because it's why I won't quit. What is he telling me? You'll quit. You'll give up. And you know what you're sitting here saying? Man, I be feel like giving up. I ought to slap you. Slap yourself. He already know that. When you look, listen, because of not the word, but because of what you're going to deal with out here in life. When you compile what you're dealing with life against the word, you'll quit. Why y'all think people stop? A lot of people don't quit for spiritual reasons. They quit because of the warfare they get out here carnally. So you need to have an understanding of the writing so you don't allow that to make you allow you to give away or fall away. People, that's why people don't understand, because they teach it the way they keep them kind of locked in a corner. You don't live in here, you live out there. So what you take is so you'll live out there. Everything he taught them was so they would know how to live when they got in Jerusalem. And they were there among other people, and they need to know how to function among other people. Why would he tell them not to marry other people if they were other Goyim, other nation, if they were going to be by themselves? What sense would that make? Why would we have a conversation with me not giving my daughters to them to be wives and taking their son to my daughter if we're going to be kept and we're going to be separated? Because you were going to need to know how to dwell and be among people. They needed gold and silver because these are currency. They how you trade. Them people ain't giving you nothing for free. When you save, people give you something. Quit being stupid. You stealing.
That's right.
They tried to get Abraham to place to bury his mother, for his wife, for his Isha, for free. Abraham told him no. He said, I'll pay for it. He said, no, y'all just take everything. Abraham told him no. He said, I'll pay for it.
That's right.
That's how he looked at it. So he had to be in position. So I know he left from him, so he must have left broke. And then he must have went to the end of the rainbow. That's what they believe. So he had to leave that. His family had to be wealthy.
That's right.
And he needed good. So why he just didn't leave out on faith? You taught that he is the father, what they call faith, right? So how was he able to pay for this stuff?
Money.
Currency. He needed to know how to do business. How he become a richer man in the land? He prayed a lot. Walk his son to the same hill, threatening to kill him. See, don't let people make a fool out of you. This book teach you how to live. That's how I do business out here. That's how I operate. This book had taught me how to live, do business. These folks don't know what they're doing. Don't pay attention. Like they don't know what they're doing. It'll teach you how to do good business. You ain't got to do no funny stuff. You can do good business. Take your time. Main thing about the business is about living right. I'm sorry, Yahushua said he had to be about his father's
business.
I'm just curious. Maybe
Standing on business.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Got to be about that business. So now we're going through without quitting and through.
The Nakum.
Conjunction with an and, correct?
Yes, sir.
That's all they say. I got to have that. I got to know it's a reward for it. I got to know it's a reward. I don't need no reward. That's because you dumb. The writing contains a reward. Don't let nobody tell you nothing stupid. That makes no sense. Why would I tell my kid, get 100, it don't matter about getting an A. Oh, it's got to be a reward. What does it get me? Why they get these folks certificates and medals and special stuff to do and extra? Because there's a reward behind what you do when you do right. It makes no sense. Just do right to do right. Yes, it's a principle thing and you should, but let's be practical. Something needs to encourage or persuade you. Influence is what we're looking at. And he said, it's a reward. Y'all got it? Yes, Shaul said, if I do this thing willingly,
I have a reward.
I got a reward.
Come on.
Isn't that right?
Yes, sir.
And he said, now, against my will, if it's against my will, he said it's been delivered to me. Mm-hmm. But he let him know, though, I got a reward if I do this thing willingly.
Yes, sir.
So you know what happened? How people, what does he tell you how people do it?
Yep.
By constraint. And some of them do it grudgingly.
Yep.
That's why even he told you about giving. Guess what he told you to hard?
Forgive him.
Man. Yahuwah said, you can keep it.
That's right.
He said, I don't like it. He said, you can get it. I'll be honest with you. I don't care nothing for you.
That's right.
He said, 'cause if he said a cheerful giver, that means he likes somebody grudgingly.
No.
He ain't got no mental. He got, I gotta hate you. What I just tell you if I say I love, if I harbor cheerful giver and you ain't cheerful, you give to how I feel about you?
I don't like you.
Well, you know, he like, stop it. I hate you. He didn't have to tell you that. Common sense. He told you, he said you either hot or cold.
That's right.
You lukewarm. He said, I spew you out. He said, I ain't got no middle. Listen, you either in or you out. Isn't that right? You either save or you sinner. You either love or you hate. Okay. So we got the prize of the
Ketubim.
So that inspired me to go back. Look, so since I know that this keeps me from fainting and there's a reward, this is my motivation to go back to the writings. Think about it. Sometimes I feel like quitting, but if I go back to the writings, consider the reward, then I can receive salvation. See, all this is you. This is how he motivates me to stay in the writings. This is what he used to motivate you, but you're so busy fighting him to try to create your own way, and it's not working. That's when that's what I don't get with y'all. When it's not working, why do you keep doing it? I be doing this, it don't work. First thing I want to know, so why you keep doing it? I mean, you know, I just, why you keep doing it? It ain't working. You know, why do you keep doing it if it's not working? It says something about your character. We might have
Tikva.
a cord. That's right. That cord is a symbol of hope. Isn't that right? Something you can hold to. That's it. Something you can hold on. Isn't that right? Man hanging off a cliff and he get that rope. There's a chance I can get out of this. I can get out of this. I can pull myself out. That's what he tell me when I go back to the word. See, looking at this, and I know we use this as a base, but I talk to you guys about it because I want you to really consider if you're in a hole, this can pull you out. Now, it won't if you don't believe it. You got to believe it. Things have to happen in your life to get you to a point of belief. Y'all know that? Things have to happen to get you to a point of belief. Let's see. Let's see how they work. How about we work this thing and see how he work it? Y'all with that? See if that Byth Malakym 12. Y'all call it 2 Kings. Malakym are emperors. They'll say king. We know nothing about a king, but we understand that verb. We understood it from them. That an emperor. Ain't that right? We're talking about a ruler. Let's see what I want. Byth Malakym. Let's say that 12 and 1. Listen. Let's see where they go. Hello.
Trying to find it. All right. In the 7th Shana of Yahuah became Malaky, and he reigned 40 Shanim in Jerusalem. And his ain Shem was Sibyah of Beersheba. And Yahuah did Sadiq in the of Yahuah all his Yamim.
Now see that? Look at that. Look, what did he do?
Sadiq.
So he did right.
Yes, sir.
All the day.
Yes, sir.
And what was his title?
Malak.
Can you believe that? A Malak doing right. An emperor doing nothing but right. And how long he did this? For how many weeks?
All his Yamim in which Yahuah.
Let me ask y'all a question. So if I was an emperor and I did right all my life, could I possibly be Malak Sadiq? I was just curious. Hello? See, I might not have, this is what you're looking at, but that wasn't his name. I told before, don't get caught up on words. Let's sit down and learn the actions. The man was an emperor, correct? The man ain't do nothing but right all the days of his life. Do we really have to give him the name, or are we looking at what his actions were? See, they get caught up on verbiage or the titling of, but the man did the works. The man was a righteous ruler. Okay, don't worry about it. Depending on where you're at. Come on, let's see where we're going with this. Listen.
In which Yahuah the kahan instructed him.
Mm-hmm.
Only
Look who instructed him?
the kahan.
Hands. Importance of that. Y'all heard it? One man hand up. I'm gonna get you. How long it take the rest of y'all? Tell them. Why? See, you got to pay attention. See, y'all don't. This is why I try to get y'all. I need y'all to, when you read, you want to read and listen intelligently. Okay? I'm reading this with you guys. Okay? If you notice, I'm looking at you. You're looking at the screen. That servant hear you. I hear you. He told you how he did right because he was instructed by. He was instructed by the kahan. Now your teaching is that the kahan lips should keep knowledge and that the people should hear the Torah at his mouth because he is the messenger. It's tight, y'all. It's tight. Let's make sure we can read it. Make sure that should be about 2 and 7, I think, of Malaky, his messenger. They call it Malaky. Let's see 2 and 6, 2 and 7. Malaky 2, might be 6, 7, somewhere around here, 9. Figure that. Let's see what he told him. Let's see what he told you. This 2 King, Malaky. Oh. Two and 7. Listen what he told you. Listen.
For the lips of a kahan should preserve the
That same thing is keep. That's why, you know what? That's why you get food have preservatives in it. You ain't gonna believe why. And guess what you look at with the kahan, his lip? They should be preserved. He should keep it. Tell him about his mouth.
And they should seek the Torah from his paw.
Why should they seek it from his mouth? Who he think he is? We got a mouth just like he got a mouth. He a man put his pants on just like us.
For he is the
Or a
Malaky.
robe put over here. For he what?
He is the Malaky of Yahuah of Sabaoth.
That be translated Lord of War. Lord of War. That's what Sabaoth is. That's telling you that he is the Lord of War, they would call it. He's the Adon of War, of his armies. Y'all got it? That's his host. They'll call you Lord of Hosts. He'll let you know exactly. That's why you need to pay attention. I'm telling you something, called I can save your life. You're going to die. Why you think he listened to him? Because he was the messenger of the man that's going to kill you. What was the motivation to listen to him? Okay, he the Lord. Why he didn't tell you he the messenger of Yahuah? Why you put Sabaoth behind it? Because I was letting you know that this man going to kill you. He can kill you. So you need to listen to what I'm telling you. Now let's go back and see how that man, let's see if that man was dumb or not. But see, when you look at this, now it starts to make sense to why he listened and why, you're thinking, he was just born to live right. No, he was born appointed to position, but to live right, he need to listen what the man was telling him. That's the purpose. You need to listen. And it's amazing how we started talking, how they just tie together. 2 Corinthians, I told you, I don't really know a whole lot. I'm sorry, Byth Malakym, 2 Kings 2. We'll start back about 2 and 2, 12 and 2. Listen.
In the 7th Shana of Yahu.
Shana is year.
Yahuah became Malak, and he reigned 40 Shanim in Jerusalem.
40 in Jerusalem.
And his aim Shem was Sibyah of Bathsheba.
And for those who don't know the reason why they give you the lineage, when you go through the book, they're called kings. They always give you the mother's lineage. It's because of Yahushua coming. These people don't know why. It had the reference to Yahushua coming because you were not really literally going to be able to tie him to Joseph, who they called Joseph from the father, because he was not his biological father. So if you look to be able to justify that, every time you read the book of what they call kings, they're always going to tell you the name of the mother.
That's right.
So guess how what? When you go, and guess what? Through the name of the mother, guess who that's going to tie him back to? Daoud. Remember, he was supposed to be the son of Daoud, who they call David.
That's right.
So your problem was going to be Joseph was not his father, and he tied back to Daoud. So I had to be able to go back through the book to reference to show you every time you go through the book, it's going to always tell you who ruled and going to tell you what his mother's name was. That's how he got back to Daoud. That's why I serve my boss. He's the smartest person ever. Nobody's smarter than my boss. My boss is so good that by tomorrow you'll be working in Alaska. So dress warm. Listen, he real good. He real good. Listen, you like that one, Daniel? Listen.
And Yahuah did Sadiq in the of Yahuah all his Yamin.
Which is not just in the sight, also that's appearance. That's acknowledgement. Yahuah, see, that's what these people don't look at. When he tell you in the eyes of, that's appearance and that's an acknowledgement. He acknowledged him in his appearance. He always did what was Sadiq all the days of his life. Just like Yahushua. This whole book about Yahushua. Go ahead.
In which Yahuah, the kahan, instructed him.
Did what?
Instructed him.
Probably sign language. What y'all think of sign language? Had to be a mouth, because you just learned that, didn't it? Because it preserved knowledge. That's how you think you're gonna do, I got them in here. You get how they gonna live right. Yeah, I live in preacher, but I be doing my own thing. I know you're a failure.
That's right.
Already able to do it because I know how he did it. He had to be instructed.
That's right.
The same way you got it. This is where your dumbness kicks in. Watching and sitting here, you doing your own thing. He tried to tell you, so Akeem, my Lord, heart's desire to Elohim for Yasharallah that they might be
saved.
For I bear them record, they have a zeal. For they being ignorant of Elohim, right. How did man do right? Because this man had the kahan to teach him about right, who kept the Torah. You keep to yourself, and that's why you are dummy. That's why you're a failure, and that's why you couldn't be doing right. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all want the truth.
Yes,
now,
sir.
Y'all honestly think I believe y'all doing right? This is my first time saying this. Explain me. So you think I'm stupid? You think I just pulled this up because I'm stupid? It's no way possible you could be doing right. The only he did it because he was taking the instructions of the kahan, who was instructed in the Torah. Tight. It's tight. That's tight. Hold what you got. Say that Chaggai. Say that Chaggai too. They call it Haggai. Chaggai 2. Say that what I want. Say that 9:14. Let's see. Read down 2, 9, 11. I had to read down 4. Let me see. Let me hit 2 and 9. Let's read down. Let's see. Name Chaggai. What's that? Festive. So they don't give you Haggai. They think that's some kind of done. Let's see. 2 and 9. I'm gonna have to probably read it down anyway. Listen. 2 and 9. Chaggai. I think it might be 1G. Is it 2? Haggai, not Chaggai. I know it is. See, because they gave you Haggai, because you know what they picked up? They picked up that it's really not a CH. Mm-hmm. It's a double H sound. Mm-hmm. So now what happened, that's why I told you these people write. See, this is your problem. These people come back and write based off what they feel like it should sound like. First of all, CH make a ch. It can't make a but a double H sound. So when the translator came and wrote, they put the H for Haggai because they know it's a double H. They just use single, okay? So now we're coming back in to understand. See, this is what I had to do. People pay attention trying to watch them. I pay attention to how they get off. I know why they off. They came back to give you something that wouldn't make possibly good sense, but since we've been kind of instructed, I correct it. My boss, he'll correct it. He just wanted to make sure first, let's make sure we get the principles of the working. Let's make sure we get the idea. We're gonna come back and clean all that up. I know it right. They put that there because they knew what they were doing when they put Haggai. Mm-hmm. They did it, they knew what they were doing. You don't know it, I didn't know it. So now when you go through, you say, look at these crackles. They don't spell it wrong, it's Chaggai. CH can't make a you can't not with a CH. Y'all got it? But since everybody's so busy fighting, they ain't trying, most people fighting, they ain't trying to live right anyway. Ain't no way you trying to live right. You too busy trying to kill people. We gonna kill all y'all niggas, rape the women and the girl, little babies. Come on, be saved. I mean, when I get baptized tonight? Who's attracted to this kind of conversation? We gonna rape the women and the women join. I ain't never seen folks so dumb. Why would you join somebody talking about raping women? The women dumber than the men. It's scary. It's really scary. I couldn't imagine that. If somebody talking about raping other folk, women, kids, what they gonna do to you?
Yeah.
Then the other one talking about raping, they got daughters. People just mind back. This is religion now. This ain't religion is dangerous. It's any gang. It's dangerous. Any Ku Klux Klan. Religion has killed more people than any of these groups. You ain't gonna believe it. Every one of these groups all subscribe to a religion. MS-13, 18th Street. Everyone. Do y'all not know? Folks, followers of Lord King Satan. Everybody subscribe to a gang. Everybody subscribe to a religion. Hell's Angels. Every one of these people subscribe to a religion. Listen, a religion ain't no different than gangs on the street if you're not in the right practice. If you're not really setting your mind. That's why he told you, you got to set your affection and not. That's why they can do it. That's why they can kill you and pray and have rituals with chickens and roosters. Look at the Jewish community over there. They use chickens. Tell them to show you in the book where it told you to take a chicken and swing it around your head. You ain't got but write about a chicken but a couple of times. Yahushua told you about one, and he only referred to how a chicken gathered her bruise under her wings. He only had no rhyme when he told you about taking no chicken doing nothing with it. He told you about a turtle dove. We only had no rhymes about no chicken. They put it in the Middle East, you know what they eat? Very little chicken.
Yeah.
Bob said, these folk got real, they take chicken, jewelry, and warm around your head to take curses off you. Where you get it from? A chicken. The thing defecate eggs. And I'm swinging on my head. Stay focused. Listen.
The latter kabod of this Byth shall be greater than the former, says Yahuah of Sabaoth.
Let me ask y'all a question. He told them people that the latter gonna come after the earlier, correct? It's gonna be greater than the what?
The former.
What happened?
Says Yahuah of Sabaoth.
Said it. Oh, who said it? As they were translating, the Lord of War. What happened?
And in this Malakym I shall give shalom, declares Yahuah of Sabaoth.
You ain't gonna believe it. This was in Jerusalem. You know what they saw? It was torn down. They seen it in his first kabod. He let them know when you see it come back and be erected again, it's gonna be greater than the first time, like the one he tearing down now. That's why you seeing it now in his first, because the latter gonna be greater than the first. That was the purpose of the wine. There were people had drunk it at the first, and he told them, take some. He said, take it to the governor, because the governor had drunk the first wine. And he summons the man who hosted the wedding. And he wants to say, and they said, how is it? Every man at the first put out his best, but you say the best for last. Mr. Yahuah. My boss smarter than everybody. That's why he did it. Once he spoke, he said, every man, that's when you should know, that's my boss. My boss gonna always work different than you. Because every man gonna do stuff different, he gonna do it. Mm-hmm. That's why he telling them, listen.
On the 24th and 9th Yarik, in the second Shana of Dar Yawish, the Debar of Yahuah came to Haggai.
See, they tell you about that. They tell you we was under the rule of the Persians, under the Medes. See, these people all overlap each other, and a lot of times people don't read to pay attention. That's why if you look, we're giving you what they'll try to use chronicles. We never use stuff like that. We call it the matter of the days. Dabari Hayamin, it was the matter of the days. But for you to under the reference them, that's why we gave you pivot points of telling you when these conversations and acts happen, and what Yarik and what year. So you'll be able to overlap. When you read our book that's called Kings, if you look, we're going to tell you about 2 emperors, always. We're going to tell you about the Malaky of Yehuda, and we're going to tell you about the Malaky of Yasharal, how they all intertwine and cross over each other, so you can reference for record to see whether or not the thing be so. So he's letting you know now who was ruling. Because like, come on, they're going to see, the problem, I got the Bible, they ain't got no dates down. We got them.
Yeah.
We tell you when it happened. Ain't our fault white folk done tore up your stuff and you don't know a calendar.
That's right.
That's why he tell you when this happened. First of all, let's go find out, did this man exist? Persians and Medes, these people still exist. They call themselves Iranians. You were in Iran. Those are Persians. I'm sorry, white people call them all ragheads because that throws you off. They're not all the same. So I'm an Arab, Persians. Then you got people that call themselves sultans. Y'all don't know about that, do you? Do you know where they come from? They come from the Ottoman Empire. When the Ottoman Empire, see, a lot of stuff folks don't know that. See, the Ottoman Empire are your Turkish people. Listen, don't pay me no attention. I can't even read. The Ottoman Empire existed when these are the Turks. They took over what they call the Turkias. Okay? So those people that were cast out, these sultans that gone on, these people that rule over there now. They just finna have their big summit about this climate change and stuff with oil. Go and see who ruled over it. The people looked at, they were the sultans. They ran over it. Listen.
The bar of Yahuah came to Haggai the Nabi, saying,
turn the heat down a little bit. Go ahead.
Thus says
Please.
Yahuah of Sabaoth, ask now the kahan, the Torah, saying.
You said, ask your friend what, Chris?
Ask now the Kohanim, the Torah, saying, behold, a Ish carries Kodash meat in the wing of his garment, and touches his wing to the lakam, or to cooked food, to wine, oil, or to any food.
He tell you about that man touching something, that if he touched food or anything, and he Kodash. And he touched any of this stuff, food, oil, any of this stuff, they want to know about it. Would it make it Kodash, which means it's separated? What happened, son?
And the Kohanim answered and said, no.
Go ahead.
Then Haggai said, if the unclean of body touches any of these, shall it be unclean?
What happened?
And the Kahan answered and said, it shall be unclean.
And what did they say from that point?
Then Haggai answered and said,
what did he say?
So is this arm.
You ain't gonna believe it. The reason why he asked them, because it wouldn't have been proper for him to come up out of his cell, because he was just a Nabal, and he going to tell them people that. First of all, where his mouth gonna get stopped at? Are you a Kohan?
Right, right.
Because you're trying to tell me about the Torah. See, you ain't gonna believe it. I actually do this for a living.
That's right.
So what the Nabal did and how Yahuah worked, he said, go ask him. Yahuah already know the answer. Go ask him. And then when I ask him, so if a man, if he bear Kudash flesh, and if his flesh touch any of this stuff, his wing, any of this touch any of this stuff, whether it's oil or food, will it make it clean? I said, no. They said, well, if a man is unclean, and he touched any of it, does it make it unclean? They said, yes. He said, good, so it did people. Everything y'all done touch is unclean. So you know he just told them people, y'all ain't right. What he just told them?
That's right.
When he just told them, so it did people.
You're unclean.
He just told it. He just let them know everything they touch unclean.
Yeah, yeah.
Everything you handle been unclean. And you know what? He let their own mouth condemn them. That's why you need your you ain't gonna hear from a woman.
That's right.
And go ask the Kohan. You know what? Go ask the person who supposed to preserve it, who can tell you whether or not the thing be so. The pattern has been set for us. It's just for us to pay attention. Come on back to what we got. I just want to show you reference of why it was so important for these people to do what they had. When you go back even 17, 17. You don't have to go and get all our Hadabarim, what they'll call Deuteronomy 17th chapter. That's what he gave you your first emperor. He said, I already know you. You're going to see other people with him, and you're going to want one. Go ahead and do it. But it got to come from that king. Did you know that? The 17th chapter, he told you. He already knew you. He used your lust. He said, you gonna see other people got emperors, and you gonna want one. Go ahead and get them, but it gotta come from your king. Mm-hmm. You ain't gonna believe it. When they put Yahushua up there with Barnabas, they asked the people, who you want to be crucified? You want Barabbas or this man right here, Yahushua, the Malak of the Yahudim? That's why he put it up there. They didn't realize when they picked him, he was their brother. And they had messed around and did just what the tourists said. They picked him. That's why he put over their head. He said, that's his accusation. That he was the Malak of the Yahudim, because you had to pick him from your brothers. You couldn't get one from nobody else. All right. He persuaded. Look how he had to get him. They told you who they said he king was. Caesar. Look how he manipulated him. Who you want me to crucify? Yahushua. Got him. Y'all done told me who you thought your king was. You did the opposite of what the Torah told you. You weren't supposed to pick nobody that wasn't supposed to be your king. So how he tripped. See, being crafted. That's how I got him with guile. Who you want to crucify? He'd have told who he want to be their king, they'd have never picked him. Mm-hmm. Who you want me to crucify? But listen, they hated Yahushua so bad, they said that this man got so many accusations on him, Barnabas. This man was a murderer, and he had been accused of insurrection, trying to overthrow government. Kill that nigga right there. That's who y'all want, him. And then he stuck an accusation, he's being funny. I'm gonna put an accusation on here, showing you done picked your Malak. Go figure, you done picked your Malak. See, he used your own craftiness against you. You know why? They were too stupid. They were too driven with rage and hate to pick the right person. So how he had to pick them? Undercover disguise. They never would have picked him. The book told you, had they known, they never would even crucified him. If I knew he was going to be the one, I'd never picked him. He told you, they said they never picked him. You think Pilate would have put him up there, knew this man going to rule over everybody? We'd have never even put him up there. I appreciate you, but you didn't believe him. I hadn't seen, and the ear hadn't heard, hadn't entered the laws of them, the thing Yahuwah had prepared for them, who would harm them. But he revealed them to us. You know why? They didn't know it, because they didn't have no kahan to teach them. Listen, this is Byth Malakym, chapter 12, verse 3. Listen, come we try to roll down through him.
Only
Listen.
the high places were not taken away. The
That's
arms still.
That's the only thing, though. They did everything right. We done heard how righteous they were, didn't we? How long he was righteous? But then we got a defect now. We just found out there was some stuff that was still there. You ain't gonna believe it. You right too. It's only some other stuff you need to get rid of. He said the high places was still there. What happened?
The arms still sacrifice zabak and burn incense.
So hold on, I thought it was just the high places. He said, well, you know they have no high place without no sacrifice. Let's not be stupid. Oh yeah, and they also burn incense and sacrifices. What's happened?
Burned incense on the high places. Then Yahuwah said to the Kohanim, all the silver of the sacred things which is brought into the Byth of Yahuwah, the silver of the Nephash that pass, each the silver of his valuation, and all the silver that comes into any each lob to bring into the Byth of Yahuwah.
See that? And bring it to the Byth of Yahuwah?
Let the Kohanim take it for themselves.
You said let them take the wheat and the crop because they didn't use money back then.
Let the Kohanim take it for themselves, every each from his acquaintance, and they shall repair the breaches of the Byth and all Malkum, where any breach may be found there.
That's what they were doing. So they were taking the money, they were trying to repair the breach. You know, they'll come by for a second. Can right here. Right, can I just stand on that face that way right there? Come by for a second. Stand right there for a minute. Slide just over just a little bit there. Not you, right there. That's gonna be a breach. So if you know, they're supposed to take the silver and they're supposed to bring that back into the house of Yahuwah. And that was because of their valuation. Because if you go back and look in the book of Zechariah, which they're called Yah has remembered. He told you 30 pieces of silver. He said that what I was appraised for. See, you supposed to bring the money where he was a value for. And you supposed to bring that, and that's why Yehuda brought it and cast it back. They don't have a teacher. You didn't even know why they brought it back. These people are so dumb. See, this is a whole lot deeper than what these people ever know. why would they talk as silver and not offer him gold? Because they appraised him for 30 pieces of silver. That's why when Yahudah found condemned, he brought it and threw it back to him. Because you were supposed to bring it back, and he tried to give it to the Kohanim. Let's go look at this, make sure. 28:1, please, if we would be so kind, of the book of Matthathyahu. If y'all don't mind, y'all got a little time?
Yes, sir.
Oh, y'all don't mind. Just use it for a second. Listen.
What verse?
Yeah, 28:1.
Yes, sir.
This is what we do.
Yes,
Listen.
sir. And after the going out of the Shabbats, as it dawned toward the one of the Shabbats, Marim the Magdaleth came with the other Marim to see the tomb. And behold, there was
27:1. I'm sorry, 27:1. Appreciate that. You fine. Matthathyahu 27:1. Listen.
and it came to pass, as it turned toward the morning.
Don't forget the book of Matthathyahu. That means the gift of Yahuah. Listen to the book.
All the Rosh Kohanim and the Zakanim of the deliberated about Yahushua to put him to moot.
Mm-hmm.
And they bound him and led him from there and handed him to Pontius Pilatus, the governor.
Pilatus, the governor, they called Pilate, because they thought the man flew planes. Man named Pilatus. Listen.
Yehuda, the betrayer of him,
I just haven't had 3 seats. Got y'all. Come on.
saw that they had condemned him.
You saw who saw that?
Yehuda.
Yehudah saw they had condemned him. What happened?
And he felt regret.
And he felt regret.
And he returned the 30 pieces of silver to
And
the
he
Rosh,
returned what now?
the 30 pieces of silver
To who he gave? To his aunt, to his mother?
to the Rosh Kohanim and the Zakanim.
Why would he be giving it to the Rosh Kohan?
Saying.
Saying what?
I have kata,
I have committed sin.
for I have given over innocent dam. And they
Innocent.
said, what is it to us?
You hear that? These guys said, they ain't got nothing to do with us. What happened?
See to it yourself.
What's the name of that book? Matthathyahu? Gift of Yahuah. Listen.
So he threw the silver into the Mashakhan, and then turned and he went
You ain't
and
gonna
strangled
believe
himself.
They didn't want it. You know what he said? It's a gift. That's the name of the book. It was a gift. I gave back to him. It's a gift. That's what he did, just gave back to him. That's all. 27, same book right down. Jump down, let me hear the 38 verse, same book. Listen.
They crucified 2 robbers with him,
They crucified 2 robbers with him.
one on his right and
Hold
one
on,
on his
hold on.
left.
One on his right and one where?
On his left.
See, that's why they gave him the silver, so he could feel the breeze. You ain't gonna believe it. I do that for a living. That'd
That's
be good,
right.
gentlemen. They wasn't trying to learn how to pronounce that song. I'm working on living right.
That's right.
See, you read something, I just fixed it for you. Listen, you ain't gonna believe it. I try to tell you, my boss is very skillful. See, when these people read that, they have no idea. They so busy trying to show the man of giving money. I'm trying to show you why the man came back and gave you the money. This was a gift, dummy. He was trying to tell you it's a gift. The book is called Gift. It was a gift. They just told her. They ain't got nothing to do with us. Here's what he'll go. Because the Torah just told you where the money was supposed to go, wasn't it? You're supposed to give it to the Kohan. That's it. He's trying to fix the breach. And just have to remember, he told you, listen, it was one on the right and one on the left. You should have paid attention. There was a breach. Papa has, you know what? I thought about trying to roll myself in one of them schools. Why give me one of them education things? Give me one of them nice, pretty piece of paper sign with one of them pretty little stickers on the side of that thing. That thing just glitter when you do it and put it in that glass. And I be like Jethro, and then I could cipher. Man, I remember one time Jethro counted near almost up to 100. That's it, man. He tried to tell it, Jed used to tell him, said, that boy, whoo-wee. He said, that boy, know he can cipher. I'm working on it. I'm gonna get that one day. Let's go back right quick to that 12th chapter. Because when they read for something else. All we're trying to read for is intelligence.
Right.
But you got to listen. All I'm doing, I hear things. That's all. That's talking about time. So let me ask you something. So you making moves on your own now? Listen, I hear things. Just y'all didn't watch a lot of movies. Y'all didn't watch Scarface? When he went there and made that deal with Sosa for them 200 kilos, he said, what you think he gonna do to give it on how the first payment? What you think gonna be blood on these streets? He said, we get short. He said, I go do something. He said, meal here, meal there. He said, oh, so you make moves on your own now? I said, no. He said, I hear things. That's how he looking at it. I hear things. You know, stuff come up, the streets talk. The streets talk, he said, I'm listening. That's how I make a meal here, meal down. Y'all listen, I'm listening. I hear things when they're reading. Y'all hear that? I see dead people. Ain't that right? Boy, try to tell your mama, I see dead people. That's why he let me hear things. I couldn't try to make them alive. Mm-hmm. Listen. We're back at Beth, you'll call it 2 Kings chapter 12. We love about verse 5.
I finished verse 5.
Verse 6. Listen.
But it came about that in the 23rd Shana of Matthathyahu, the Kohanim had not repaired the breaches of the Beth.
You see that? By the time he got to 40, he did. See, this is where you mess up at. Folk don't realize along the way, you know what got him to be Malaky Sadiq is he kept somebody there and kept instructing him. So along the way, you learning this need to get fixed. We still need to fix this. You know, every time I come, you some. Every time, how you gonna get right? Yeah. Of course it's gonna be something. We gotta keep making sure we're picking up where defects are at. So along the way, we come along fine. In the 23rd year, we see what something gotta happen. Tell them what happened.
And Matthathyahu Kara for Yahuah the kahan and for the other Kohanim and said to them,
what did he say?
Why do you not repair the breaches of the Beth?
Listen, no. Why you ain't fixing it? You see the breach, why you ain't fix it? Go ahead.
Now therefore take no more silver from your acquaintances.
You say,
but pay it for the breaches of the Beth.
You see that? You know he just told her now. Stop taking for yourself and make sure y'all put that money, make sure this stuff get done.
That's right.
Teach a man like me, don't be greedy, make sure this stuff get fixed. No, they had told. So they had been taking, and while they were taking, they weren't paying attention, stuff wasn't being repaired.
That's right.
See, it come along, it's instructional.
That's right.
That's why he told her, why y'all take, you see a breach, why you not trying to repair it? Y'all keep taking stuff. Fix the breach. And this is what's going on in your life. You keep doing stuff, but you're not fixing the break. Let me tell you what, I already know what like y'all problem. You see what your problem is, you ain't trying to fix it. You know the Lord gonna work it out. Why you think you ain't growing, you ain't changing? Because you're not taking and fix it. You keep letting it be the responsibility of everybody else. You got to sit down and look at what you need to do. You need to fix it. He called them in and made sure, look at the problem. I see what the problem is. Let me call the people responsible to fix the problem. This is a problem that's on you. Don't take nothing else till you fix it. Yeah. Listen.
So the Kohanim consented to receive no more silver from the arm.
They cut up and kicked up and cut the food?
Consented to receive no more silver from the arm, nor to repair the breaches of the Beth.
Come on.
But Yahuah the kahan took a chest and bored a hole in its lid.
You see that there? He put a hole in the top of the lid of the chest. What did he do?
And put it beside the altar.
And did what?
On the right side as one comes into the Beth of Yahuah.
That's what happened. Come on.
And the Kohanim who guarded the threshold put there all the silver, which was brought into the Beth of Yahuah. And it happened when they saw that there was much silver in the chest.
What happened?
The Malak scribe and the Rosh Kohan came up, and they bound it up and counted the silver that was found in the Beth of Yahuah. And they gave the silver which was weighed out into the hands of those who did the work, who had the oversight of the Beth of Yahuah. And they paid it out to the wooden carpenters and to the builders who worked on the Beth of Yahuah.
And they thought like all them folk were doing just taking in just corn and wheat, taking in wheat and barley and other stuff and tomatoes. Like they were down in Mississippi. But you'll go back to your field with your little tomatoes. Yes, sir.
So I'm assuming that the silver wasn't in coin law.
I don't know what shape they had in. Could have possibly, because they were also trading with it. It had to be carriable what doable, what people can carry to do it. As time went on, even with society, people had gold. You look at old Cabo, they had a gold rush. People had and gave it to the banks, and how you got into your paper monies now. People would take it. People would, when they would go to bring it, that's how you want to take it to the bank, and the bank would get them a paper issue, and you would buy things based off of the paper value of what you had.
Right.
And I said carried and turned in $200 worth of gold. I give him paper with $200 that he can go out and he can give out. See, what you don't realize, if I owe John $20, I give him $20 paper, I have not paid John.
Yeah.
Most of you don't know this. I have to teach you that. You've never paid nobody when you gave them paper because you don't actually have the gold to back it. If you look, this is what y'all been taught. This is how dumb. Do you actually know what it's called? Promissory note. You've promised to pay something you had. This is why the so-called Negro is still unintelligent. He is so dumb, he has asked the white man for paper. Saying to pay him here 40 acres in the mule by getting him paper. Dummy, this is called a promissory note. If you look and you go back in the 22nd chapter book of Matthathyahu, they show Yahushua, not paper, a coin. He said, they said, who should we get this to, the Caesar or Elohim? He said, who inscription on it? They said Caesar. He said, well, give Caesar what Caesar, give Elohim belong to Elohim. You have never paid nobody when you gave them paper. You gave them a promissory note. You haven't. Because there's supposed to be gold that's supposed to back it. When they came out of Mizraim, they came out with gold. They came out with silk in abundance so they could trade. Okay. Yeah, I mean, here we go. And I'm the bad guy. I know. I'm the bad guy. I know. Look at me. I know. Y'all don't want to talk about it. I know. They want to look at me. I'm the bad guy. Look at you, a bunch of you. Stop it. I'm not the bad guy. I'm trying to help us. I really am. Because there's so much stuff you really don't know. People done made a fool out of you. Man, give my money. They give you the paper. You don't run out and say, I got my money. No, you didn't. You got a promissory note. That says, I promise to pay you. We just don't know. This is how they got us. We've been trading so long with it. We too dumb to realize if you don't have listen, years ago, y'all wouldn't probably pay attention. In the 2000s, back, probably 11, 12, China came over here. You know what they came over for?
Getting the gold.
They want to see the gold. For all them, they didn't even talk about it, and they ain't show it to them. You ain't gonna believe what Yahushua was sitting down inside in the Mashkan doing when the people coming in. He was watching the treasure. You saw they put it right beside the altar on the right side.
Yep.
Get what he told Yahushua. Sit down here.
On right hand.
How is he gonna be able to watch it? See, they ain't smart enough to catch that either.
Yeah.
He would have been where he could watch the treasure. See, you read stuff, you think it's a story about a lady just getting everything she got. They told you he was watching it. That's why he had to bore a hole in, nobody take nothing.
Yeah.
Put the money in there.
Yeah.
And when they got through, that's why they counted up to make sure it was there.
That's right.
Cause we moving to go out here and folks telling lies, somebody gave something, we ain't never seen it.
Yeah.
So he sat there and made sure, I'm just gonna watch to see who give it.
Yeah.
I don't know, you supposed to be watching to see folk give money. Hey, I don't know what that's in the Bible, called folk ignorant. Cause you're ignorant. Ain't nothing wrong with you, you're just ignorant. You're just ignorant. You don't know no better. It told you the man was sitting there watching the treasury. You sit here reading, it told you to bore a hole in the top of the chest, seal it, and let them put it in there.
Yep.
And then he was gonna count it and make sure it's there. Then put it in the hands of the people that gonna do the work. I'm gonna get me an education. I ain't gonna be like this all my life. I gotta get me somebody to teach. I'm gonna get me one of them schools. I probably go to a black school. Let my hair grow out on the side like George Jefferson, cause the middle ain't gonna grow. Ain't that right? Come on, finish up right quick. We try to get finished.
Verse 12.
Verse 12.
And to the masons and to the stone cutters and to buying timber and hewn a bond to repair the breaches to the Byth of Yahuah, and for all that was laid out for the Byth to repair it. But there was not made for the Byth of Yahuah silver cups, snuffers, bowls, trumpets, and vessels of gold, or vessels of silver from the silver that was brought into the Byth of Yahuah. For they gave that to those who did the work, and with it they repaired the Byth of Yahuah. And they did not reckon with the anashim to whom was given the silver into their hands to pay to those who did the work.
They didn't go back to try to count the folk, make sure what the folk had did. They had that type of confidence in the people that they'll make sure the work get done. Come on.
For they dealt with Amunah.
See, I already knew that. Only reason you want to went back count, because I know they were going to do the work and they were going to be just and they did it.
That's right.
Me and him was just talking in the truck earlier. You were telling about somebody you knew had to left a plate because you said they were stealing the money.
That's right.
And they got tired and he was getting and he left.
That's
you ain't
right.
going to believe it. He said, we ain't even have to count behind you. Because they knew they were going to be just when they were dealing.
That's right.
They said, they going to deal in armor now. They know the work got to be repaired. They know we got to fix the breaches.
Yep.
So listen, these are patterns that we all have to learn. That's why you try to tell whatever written the fourth time, what was it written for? We learning. That's what we doing now. We learning. Because these folk done told you, man, where they get, money ain't even in the Bible. Where you get all that? Why we ain't taking up money? We supposed to be taking up crops. I'm going to bring some big, really, why I can't give 1/10 of my time? Because the breach is going to be bigger than what it is. You ain't gonna believe it. Do you know we read this book, what this book was telling us when we first started off? What was it telling us about?
Malak.
About the Malak? What about him?
Right.
He did what?
Right.
How many souls did it tell you he saved?
Didn't say.
How many war did it told you he fought? What is this whole conversation about? The whole book about repairing the breaches, fixing the house, about this money getting taken up, getting done. You know I've been on y'all high about this money.
Yep.
I know I'm right.
That's right.
We ain't heard nothing about the folk repenting and getting baptized, have we? We talking about we talking about the man being right. We talking about going and seeing the kahan about the tour and repairing the breaches. We talking about getting this money. Because you need to repair it. See, you done got in your stupid mind. See, you got to live right. He was living right, but we talking about them getting this money. See, this is what you do when you're a con artist. You've conned yourself into you don't have to give money. Because you can give your time ain't worth a flying flip. You broke nigga. What you think your time worth? How much is a broke nigga time worth? Talking about a tip of your time. You broke. What can you do? Your time ain't worth nothing. The man said, man, bring that money now. Them folks had to give a ransom for their soul. Told them, I'm finna come give my time. Man, so I'll kill you dead right here. Who taught you this? Right. They had to know it was an expense. How you understand the value of what the man did? It had to be costly. He said the redemption of your soul is costly. So when them people looked at, that's why it was a sacrifice for him to give it. Right. So when I told you I gave him for your life, guess what you had to look at? This cost me a lot. It had to do a lot. And you saying he did that's more than what I get. But if you're playing with beans, like your name Jack, and you trying to pull a stalk up in the air, you don't understand nothing. Because you ain't, let me tell the average y'all, this just be flat. You're a con artist. Yeah. You're a con. All you done is con. Listen, this is what I want. Are you successful at what you're doing? No, you're a failure at it because he keeps telling you you're a con. I don't know why you get there from. No, Elohim don't need no money. He's looking at the importance of understanding, repairing, and breaching. That house was important. Haggai 1. Haggai 1. I wasn't trying to spit. Haggai 1:1. Let's see what he said about it. Must be time to train for y'all. Let me tell you something, okay? Just for the record. If it was up to me, y'all have never got this teaching tonight. I just want to talk to you because I need you to be somewhere. In my mind, let me say this. In my mind, but it must be time for you to transform. I'm just being honest, because a lot of times it's a waste of time to teach it to you. You don't, let me tell you something. Y'all, little stuff that hurts you, you deal so much in con. Now, I ain't talking about con favor. You deal so much of trying to get over and get by and manipulate. You're not ready for this. You read this, you'll think it don't have no reference. It don't have no relevance today. I just taught you real quick how quick it did with filling the breaches and where the silver paid attention. Why would they had gold too? He told you were gonna be like gold, tried in the fire. Why he ain't telling about bring the gold? He told him the silver and give it to the kahan. How did Yehudah just have to come in and give silver to the kahan? And that was a breach. Because he taught them first about the importance of the structure. Then he came back and said, I want to dwell in you. You're thinking, I know the place he dwell in. I know how that place is put together and constructed. I know the order of that. So you got a premise on how you're going to have to be if I'm going to be in you. And you got to understand I value that. Why y'all think you screw up? Because you don't think you have a value. You think when they look at how much had to be done to put this house back and your righteousness was accounted to putting that house back, then they understood the value of that house to him. Why you think he went out to them about, why haven't you fixed it? Don't you take nothing else till this get done. Because you be taking, get it, yeah, I pay my bill. That's my house. You're a thief. You're a thief. You're a thief and you're a robber. Oh yeah, I'm just helping you out. What he was trying to get them to realize important. The man was accounted right for that. You say we get on the people about them sinning? Yeah, see what he was talking about them committing adultery. You say we were cutting down about committing adultery? Hold on for a minute. How you gonna be right if you ain't preaching on adultery and stuff? It was about that house. Mm-hmm. It was gonna translate over. Listen, this is called Haggai 1:1. Listen.
In the second Shana of Daryawish, the Malaky, in the sixth Yarik, in the first Yom of the Yarik.
You hear that? This was the 6th year under what they call Darius, one of the Persian leaders, rulers over our people, and he let you know what he did. Listen, and this is in the first Yarik. So this is at the beginning of that Shana. Listen.
The Debar of Yahuah came by the hand of Haggai, the Nabi, to...
He said by the hand, that's how he works. So I know what Haggai do. This how he work. When you hear a hand, he's showing you the hand because hand is how you work. Huh? Listen. Them bosses, you know, be telling Joe, be him, they say, look at them hands. Man had hands. Yahuah got hands. And Yahushua. What you think? Them Joe not taught that chat the walk out. They was saying they ain't believe in him. He said, look at these hands. He let them joke, no, look at these hands. He let them know that's how it works. I got hands. Listen.
By the hand of Haggai, the Nabi, to Zerubbabel, the being of Shealtiel, governor of Yehuda, and to Yahushua, the being of Yahusadak, the Rosh Kahan, saying,
Sadak, look at that. And he relieved to somebody who was just. Sadak is just. Listen to this. Not only Yahuah righteous, he also just. Listen.
Thus says Yahuah of Sabaoth.
What did he say? Listen. Lord of war.
Saying, this arm says, the time has not come.
To do what?
Even the time for the Byth
Did you
of
say
Yahuah.
repent from lusting?
Even the time for the Byth of Yahuah to be rebuilt.
You said time. It ain't the time to stop drinking?
Even the time for the Byth of Yahuah to be rebuilt.
What happened?
Then the Debar of Yahuah came by the hand of Haggai the Nabi, saying,
what did he say?
Is it time for you yourselves to dwell in your paneled houses, while this house lies desolate?
That's what he was concerned about. He said, but it's time for you to fix yours, though. You're going to pay your stuff, and my stuff going to come thrumbling down. Let's see what he said. Surely it could be a blessing. And I'm saying, it's a blessing either way to you. Listen.
Now thus says Yahuah of Sabaoth.
What Lord of war is talking? You know the term was actually warlord.
That's right.
Batiste told him what it was. He said, I like Lord of war. It sounds better. Man tried to correct it. He said, you mean warlord? He said, I like Lord of war. It sounds better. Just so have your book call him Yahuah of war.
That's right.
That's what they call him. When a man, they call him warlords.
That's right. That's right.
Batiste told him. He said, no. I like Lord of war. Sounds better. Listen.
Set your lob on your darakim.
He's in there. Listen.
You have sown much.
And took in what?
But harvest little.
Whoa. That's what he's trying to let them know. Listen, he said, I'm fighting against you. I'm fighting against your bill. I'm fighting your pocket. That's how he let them know. He said, you done did it. They said, man, I'm making this, but I ain't bringing it home with. Go and look at what you get of Yahuah. He said, oh, you sown much. When they would go out there in that field day and they were looking at all that stuff they got, they come bringing in. They said, one little measly bag, all that work, I put all that stuff, this all I got. Like Val Huggins, these him Val P and Mr. Billy all in his field. Man, I'm gonna split these hemp peas with Val. They had so much and brought in little. Cause they had ready. Val sitting there crying out thinking, I understand it. I understand it, Mr. Billy. Listen.
You eat, but there is not to be satisfied.
They ain't gonna believe it. Listen now. Yeah, eat, make a turd that big. Still hungry. Folks don't even realize. Let me tell you something. Look at that now. I remember growing up, I didn't know a grown man could eat a whole chicken. Never. Who you knew a grown man when you was a kid eat a whole chicken? When you ever seen that as a kid growing up? When you seen somebody sit at a table and eat a whole chicken, a grown man? A chicken fed the whole family.
That's right. That's right.
I can go right up there and grab a whole little rotisserie chicken and wear that thing out right there.
Yep.
I can wear it out before I leave by Kroger store. Once I pop them legs out that thing, bang, everything coming off. It's done. Man, it was impossible. You know they told you, they called you a greedy pig. They said you're a greedy pig. They'll call you a hog. You're a hog. Look at that. It's nothing to eat a whole chicken. One man will eat an 8-piece. That's the truth. It's nothing. And guess what he's trying to tell you? He's going back. You didn't realize I'm fighting against you. He wants us to know I'm fighting you. I'm making it where you don't make enough. You make it. It ain't never another table you got. You never feel. I'm trying to show because you neglected my house. You neglected the obligations I gave you, and this is why you are in a rut, and you don't know why. Because in your mind, you're looking at it just adultery. Just adultery. The man, you just learned he was righteous, didn't you? That start out telling he was righteous. But we found we had some defect in it. This house got a breach in it. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to pay you back. Look at what you make and look how much you got left when you get finished. You made a lot, but you ain't take in much. Because you've been stealing. Okay. They don't want to hear that message. I just help us out. The man, listen, this is to help you. You think it's really help you because all scripture. It's given by, you ain't going to believe it. When Chaggai went, what did Chaggai say? What did Chaggai say? Say it louder. Because that's the only way we know it's inspired by Yahuah. See, when somebody went and wrote it, guess what they wrote? Chaggai didn't write. He wrote Yahuah said, Chaggai said, thus said Yahuah. So Yahuah inspired the speaking, and that's what I wrote. So he was the inspiration for me writing it. And guess what they were given for? If I just learn I'm taking in much and ain't got but little, if I just learn when I eat ain't never full, this is correcting me. Because this is why he's telling me, because you're wrong. It's for reproof. I thought it was all right. It's for correction in doing what? I'm trying to make you Malaky. That's all. Guess what? Malaky. I'm trying to make you Malaky. I'm trying to make that cool Malaky Malik, which is what they'll call empress. Listen.
You drink, but there is not to become drunk. You dress, but warmth is not to one.
That tight. Put on all them clothes, you still cold. You know they say, oh, hold on. Now I don't say they finna start putting out your air like they want now. Now he tell you, no, this the truth. You need to know why you done. You go ahead. It's called low iron. That's what they call. It's called low word. It's called low ammy. Not my people. Let me see them folks on that screen, please, sir. Yahuah done change. I told you if there's gonna be some change made. Let me tell you something. Make no mistake. I'm gonna be getting rid of some of y'all. Now, either I'm gonna just be talking or it's gonna be the truth.
Yeah.
It's time to make some changes. On that screen, all y'all ain't gonna be able to be him. You can't keep doing it. This old right here, I know they're saying, this is what they don't get. This I know, this the mail. If I give him that, they ain't gonna have enough. This the problem. You ain't got enough now.
That's right.
And you learn why you don't have enough.
Right, exactly.
That makes you, I'm gonna say, you a diamond. I'm telling you why you ain't got enough. And now your logic here, I'm going to have less than what I have if I give him. That makes you an extra dummy. And I can't have dummies on my books. When I go through my books, I got to look through, make sure I ain't got no dummies. Go through him. Who pay their tithe? Anybody pay their tithe? You're going to be undummy. If you pay your tithe, you are dummy. If you pay your tithe, you are undummy. There you pay your tithe, you are undummy. Know who you are here now. I'm gonna have some undummies and some dummies. I'm keeping the undummies. Y'all help me all out now. The man, this preacher talk. The man telling y'all what he is. Do y'all believe?
Yes, sir.
I did it. That's why I know. Cause you be thinking, I ain't got this the trigger. I ain't got enough. The man done told him to prove me and see when I do it. He said, prove me and see. But the fear of, cause this what happened. Go look at all why you ain't got enough. These are bills and stuff you've created on your own, and then you trying to make it now like it's responsibility. You ain't gotta have that. That stuff we got, you ain't gotta have it. You trying to live the society stuff. How many kids live in the house with y'all? Do you remember how many? Who you? My brother's that car. I ain't even gonna tell you who my brother told you to put that up for. Yeah, you gotta obey your grandmama, that's tight. My brother wasn't ready for that one. I was getting to put her, she told her, I was gonna put that on you. But she used to call him Bay. Bay, you didn't call him Bay. You're supposed to call him Bay so he know. That's a long check. Goodness. Who that for? She told you to put it on hers. Did somebody ask you to erase out that board right now? No, I'm testing the marker. Put another check. Test out, make sure, yeah. I don't know, test this one out there. Test this one right there by your name. Put one up by your name, son. Cause that wasn't nothing wrong with that marker. My brother called, you know my brother called me today? He said, ain't nothing wrong with the marker.
I just want to be ready for you.
He said that them check. There you go. Thank you so much. So I want y'all to realize something. I've been there. So I'm not a person talking because I hadn't done it. I did that logical, I'm going to catch it up, I'm going to get it. I got to pay bills, other stuff too, so you just try to give something. All them logic come up and make sense, it don't make sense. It's your justification of you got your own way. That's it. It's tight on me. He tell you why it's tight on you. He said, you've neglected my house. See, you want your house. If folks in here say, you know what, man, Yahuah barack me one day to get my own house. He said, I don't know how that's gonna happen. You don't take care of mine. Let me say, man, I give when I don't even make money, I give. It don't make a difference. I give anyway. I don't pay attention really to what tithes is, because I give over that anyway. I just give. I do like that. I purchased it myself to go above anyway. When Dawood set the things aside for the better Elohim, when he did it, when he told Shalom what to do, he said, I set aside of myself. Besides the offering they had to give for that, he said, man, I set aside of myself above that. Y'all wait too much time. You still struggling with 10. I ain't even got the time to waste. I give them anyway. It don't make no difference. I told y'all to put $6 a week on the stage. Oh, no, don't pay that no attention. I ain't gonna pay. And you know I be forgetting about that. Them kids just come out here and we did put up there anyway. I don't have time to waste my time with $6. Minimum I give it $5 every time I come. At minimum I give it. It's a $6. Y'all remember I asked y'all? I said $6. $6 a week. Then I had that.
Yes, sir.
I do 15 minimum. I mean, I know. Kind of purchase myself to go above that anyway. I know. You know what I'm saying? We supposed to be. Every time, y'all know I would tell them, I said, put it on stage for me.
That's
put
right.
on stage, do one. Put it on stage. I said, no, put on stage, put on stage. Because listen, because this is why the man of barack me, because he look at the fact, you are purchasing your law to do that. Listen, you think I ain't got bills? Bills? We talking about bills. My bill ridiculous. My bill ridiculous. I got bills. What I pay out in bills, y'all don't even make a year. That's a bit. No, I know y'all. I know you don't make it no year. I know you went. If you didn't, listen. I'll be up here preaching with gold teeth. My hair be down here, all down here. It's just growing. I know you know, but at the end of that, but I don't say the bride said to say this. I had to start putting aside to look at these people set precedent to show these people's heart was in heart and Yahuah to go beyond. What I said, what do you do that distinguishes you from anybody else? And your problem is you always, and this is the average, you always keep living a stealing life. I don't want to keep living still. Listen, I told the people that they stole when we ain't had to steal. That's you always. So that little practice he put me in high school and that, it gave me the practice you always steal. Before you know it, it trained up, you always being him, you always being. I don't even want to be involved with it. I had a bit about talking today about, I said, let me tell you something. He would tell me about somebody that we know. I said, that's why I said I don't want to talk to him. I said, I don't even want to talk to nobody be talking about no stealing and trying to do no. I said, it's a karma come with that stuff. I said, I don't want to talk about, I said, I don't want no parts of it. That ain't my mind. They be telling you know, that priest said steal. I say things funny, being, weird in a way. I don't have the time. Now, if I ain't got nothing to eat and I work honestly getting, I can't, now I'm going to have to go to that grocery store and have to eat. I guarantee I ain't going to be stealing no extra. Don't make sense. When Yahushua went through the wheat field, what he did? Man, take all that, because the earth is mine and the food of that. Man, you can't be putting no stuff like that, man. Them folks took what they could eat and keep moving.
That's right. That's right.
I know he did. He told you sufficient in the use.
That's right.
That man could have been, quote, on the cattle on 1,000 hills. Are you serious? They always try to sit around here and get over. I tell you the truth.
Yep.
Stop. Let me tell you something. I did that. A lot of y'all ain't broke away from your street ways before you come to here to realize that way him, you got to give him an opportunity. How you know to trust him?
That's right.
You got to give him the opportunity. Let him work his, I ain't gonna lie. Y'all want me to tell you the truth?
Yes.
I was scared. I was scared. I come up, I got to hell. I can't afford not to hell. I start selling dope to hell. I'm telling you, that's why I get it. My mentality is that of, I'm gonna get it. I'm different, a lot of these folks. I'm different because I had to do it. You know what I'm saying? You got to hustle the next man. You got to get it. When I started selling weed, I was Maury Drive. You know that, I don't know this right here, Maury, before you get to Columbia Drive, it was a Crystals up there. You remember that Crystal be up there? It was an apartment building called The Hill. You would sell it up, police coming up every day. Black cat come, listen, you out here, man, there's 50 of us out here trying to sell. You got to hustle to get yours out there. You got to be able to conversate, you got to beat the next man out. I scoop on the nigga, let him. You want to check that bag right there, check that one. I ain't lying, I beat it, listen, everybody coming, you got to swoop up on it, coming, feel that bag right there. Everything about how you do it, I put it up down the bag, get it, and we put a staple over the top of it, keep it fat like that. You mash that bag, let me get that 10. You don't mash my bag, I can't do nothing with that bag, you done mashed it. I'm a salesman, I need that bag to stay plump. Them guys coming on a little bag dirty, got their hand right about. Listen, I kept my bag. Presentation, them nasty bag. Nigga don't open their bag, they don't roll one out of it. I just watch them. They said bag, that staple in them. Scoot right up, look, take that bag out right there. Them folks, get back, give me that $10. That's all I need right there. I'm trying to tell you, man. Shh. I remember one time I was on that hill, I walked up, I see the police folk got shot. I walked up on there, I said, man, what happened? They said somebody, that was all. I walked up on the black cat. That man grabbed my, he said, what you doing? Man, I had weed all in him. Boy, looking at that joker. He said, get out of him. I ain't even touched listen, my feet didn't touch the ground. When I ran, there's no light. Listen, it was cold. Till was light to him. I was rolling. Listen, I was in there. Watch me. Lever, take. I was rolling. Listen, he just did that right here. I had weed all in him. That man looked at my eye. He said, get out of him. I guarantee you, he said, what? You ain't gonna take me to jail? I was rolling. Listen, I ran through the woods. I ain't even run the street. I ran through some woods. Because I ain't no here change your mind. I get faster in wood. It's hard to beat me in wood. Listen, man, at nighttime, listen, I search criminal. Listen, man, I can run through the woods at night. Listen, I can fall, hand to the ground, I still be running. I'm trying to tell you, I did it for a living. Them black kids come, I had a trap running through there. Listen, you had to time it. When you running, the ground drop, it's just cement, wash away, cement by that thick, rugged rock. You gotta know when to jump. In the door, every time. Every time in the door, I climb it, run behind him, I know you finna get, when you listen, you hit, this right here gonna hit concrete, right across him. Oh, you gonna be hurt. Oh! Oh! Man, Black Cat try to, listen, never want, listen, up in the tree, I'm sitting here smoking, I'm sitting here just smoking, look around, tell too quiet. That joker fell out of the tree, hit the dumpster. Wham! Hit the dumpster and hit the ground. He go like that. Won't catch me today, you hurt. Wrong day, you messed that up. I just learned, that joker climbed a tree and slipped the, listen, hit the dumpster, hit the ground. So you just gave up your hind spot. You don't mess that one up. You're done now. You can, that joker drug off. He was hurt. He drug himself off. The time to go. He don't mess that one up. Shh. I remember one time the joker came in, I run. I parked at my friend mama's house. Parked that door. Parked the house. Sat on the couch. We sitting, had a big old picture one. I'm saying she watched. I'm sitting on the couch watching TV. That white boy came walking. That joker chest out there like you. He walked that woman. Come here. I'm sitting by my side, I'm watching TV. I'm about to mess in my drawer. I'm looking at that TV. My friend mama, she looking. She looked at me, she said, he talking to you. I just kept, he's coming! I ain't looking at that man. That man gave up, he left. I'm not walking out there. You answer, the answer is no. I'm a criminal. If you ask, the answer is no. You can open that door and come here, we different. You ask, the answer is no. I'm not responding. I'm sitting right here. Man, listen, I was in that TV. I said, I would have died through that TV over that door. I'm like, I'm not coming out here. I know what y'all do. But they work hard to try to carry me zero every time. So when I tell you I'm a street hustler, I'm from the street. I'm trying to, so when I tell you, I know you'll travel and change your hustle and move it over before you realize it's the stuff you'll carry over. So I stole. I ain't paid mine the whole time. I ain't gonna tell no lies I did, but you had to learn and you gotta start transgressing and you gotta realize it becomes an issue. You don't have confidence in him. So why he gonna have confidence in you?
Yeah. That's right. That's right.
I watch you pick my wallet up and walk off with it. You said, trust me. I just caught you stealing my wallet. I gotta watch you every time. I can't trust you for nothing. So now you think Mr. Yahuah dumber than me? He told you, that's mine. All that, he said, that's mine. And you're taking from Yahuah, that's dangerous. So you gotta start transforming, like he said, but your mind got to be renewed. That's similar to what they were doing, they were putting the house back. Remember he told them the first house, the latter gonna be better. Because he gonna renew it. That's how they understood about the renewing of the mind. The latter gonna be better than the first. That's why I'm a better man I was then.
That's right.
He made the latter better than the first. Some of you have never gotten to be to perfection because you still that same old nigga. Come on, finish this up. I gotta get y'all out of here. All that talking. Y'all gonna find y'all a preacher with some education. Come on, fill that car get up right side. Get him. I'm just right what I wrote up here. Come on.
And he who hires himself is setting himself for a bag full of holes.
Uh-oh. You see what they're doing now? You gonna take your money, you gonna put it in there, and look what you done. Just a bag full of holes. Look at that. What you gonna do? You put your money in a hole, in a bag, and it got holes in it. And that's what he's trying. Guess what? You ain't gonna believe it. You're a loser. I was just writing out when I called. I ain't gonna hold y'all all night. Cause I sit up here too long, somebody think I know what I'm doing. And I would not want to fool nobody, make them think I know what I'm talking about. So too late. Sometimes I have been mistaken, accused falsely of being somebody who might know what they're doing. But this is to help all of us. You gotta start it, cause it's so many different variables about us, so many different things about us that you won't pay attention to, and you'll be reluctant to kind of move to correct them, and you don't realize you're not growing. A lot of times you can't stay stagnant, and you keep blaming them. You stagnant for a reason. He keep trying to give you an awakening. He keep trying to give you in a position not to stay there, so you'll move, so you'll transform, so you'll change. so you'll catch on sort of clear. He wants, listen, Yahushua told him, it was the Abba's good pleasure. I want to give you the Malaky, but I can't in your condition. You're irresponsible, you're a thief. You're a liar. You're a defrauder. You won't obey. What do you give a person like this? Moot. That's why you got to start transforming, looking at all these things important. People keep trying to tell you, man, the Lord ain't worried about that. What the Lord gonna do, man? Because you're stupid. How's we gonna, man, how you, listen, this is what y'all don't realize. The reason why we're able to do what we do and help our members is because some of us do what we're supposed to do. And because we do what we're supposed to do, it allows when situations happen when you slip. Think about it. You're the thief and you need help. It'd be different if you're the thief and you were helping us.
Right.
You know, you like a dummy when you the thief and we helping you and we ain't stealing.
That's right. That's right.
So you see where's the benefit at? Go figure. Mm-hmm. See that's what people don't realize. You stealing and you behind. Don't make sense. It makes sense to do what the man tell you so the man can do it. See, you limit him when you don't do what he say. If I do that for you and you don't do what I say, that's gonna put me in a bind with all these other people that do what I tell them to do. So what would be easier if you did what I said, then I can barack you in the midst of these people and the people can see and they'll look and wanna know, what are you doing that I ain't doing? And when you tell them, that'll make them come and I be getting the caboose, because now they'll say, man, I got to change and start serving Yahuwah. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
This is a message to kill you and to kill me too. So we'll get it right. The reason why we haven't, because we've been letting us stay alive. They say, don't kill me. Man, don't kill me. That's the wrong thing. You need to die. Isn't that right? That's the only way things are going to change. As long as you stay alive, you're going to keep re-erecting. Did Yahushua get up dead or did he get up alive? Because the dead can't get up. You still alive. We need that stuff to lay down. We need to stop, dissipate, just disappear, go away so we can create a new you. All of us, it's about creating a new, you trying to really have, you don't want to just be a head rapper or don't wear no shorts and don't drink and do it. You want a relationship. That stuff, this is so minute. He started transforming them people on the care for his house. He said, cause I dwell in the midst of you. Why when you take care of a place that I dwell in the midst of you? And you wonder why stuff happened to you. I know, it's called bad luck, janking. Because you that type of stupid person, that's your belief. If you believe like he told you, you'll believe like he told you. Yahuwah has put it all on you because you have not obeyed. Man, I just keep having bad luck. Your conversation, your speech betray you. I don't have no bad luck. I walk in Malaky, when Yahuwah let something happen, it's only so I consider. Listen, don't move, it's only so I consider. Thou boy hear thee. That's all. Thou boy, you know what you're doing? You sit around being stupid. He take you down, it's a reason. I took you away for a minute, so you come back, I can present you differently. You go out sick, come back still sick. Because you're not considering. One man control your health. One man control your going out and your coming in. One man control your lying down and your getting up. One man control whether you eat or you don't. You gotta serve him. He controls too much. Quit learning yourself. I'm gonna tell you one another thing. Let him that's taught. He's supposed to talk to other people being taught. Him that teaches. You ain't gonna believe it. Probably why Yahuah, why he was communicating with the kahan. I wonder why he kept going back talking to the kahan. Sure, there was some more brothers around that he could have asked about the breaches and stuff. Cause what? Cause he teach all two things. And he wound up being a malak that wound up being Sadiq right all his life. And you a fumble up or screw up. Who you been talking to? It'd be like sometimes we work out, I see somebody do something different. I ask them, well, I said, who teaching you? I said, who your teacher? They'll start laughing. Because I said, they ain't what I showed you. So I be want to know, who teaching you? Who taught you that? They'll start laughing because I know I didn't show it to you. So I want to know, somebody had to teach it to you. So you screwing up. Who your teacher? Who taught you that? I appreciate y'all time. Before I leave, I ain't talking about leaving tonight. Before I translate out of him, from life to moot, I really want to make sure I leave y'all in a good place. I mean that. That's important to me. I hold a job that's coveted after. A lot of times more than none for the wrong reason. You know, people behind you, you get money, people look to you, people respect you. That ain't why you want this job. You shouldn't, but it go with it. You ain't gonna do it one or two ways. You're either gonna do it right or wrong. And a lot of people don't pay attention to it enough to make sure that he's very particular on things. And he'll allow you to get off time to time. It don't have to be sin, but he'll allow you to get off. And it'll be for a reason. You know why? I need to make sure you listen. I need you to know how you got over there. And you look and say, hold on for a minute. How did I? Listen just a little bit more closer. I need to just make sure you ain't start to think everything you do just be of me. You'll be, because you couldn't have got there unless you weren't paying fully all the way attention. And I needed your attention. So let's make sure you get back over where you need to get. It's a reason, and I learned to appreciate that so much. Because I need that every now and then. It keeps that relationship, because it gets dangerous. Just like with him, 40 years locking right. Come on, you ain't getting comfortable? He come at, what you gonna do about that breach? Yeah. Oh my goodness. Go talk to the kahan. You had to go, if I had to go, what was I doing before that? If I had to go somewhere, I must not have been there. So every now and then he let stuff happen, so you'll just remember the importance of, I need to be going to communicating. So I'll know, because I missed that. I missed it. And I asked him some years ago to allow me to do him a work then after that I'll cease. It's about making sure this get done and it get done right. It ain't about me. It ain't about me getting nothing, having nothing, how long I can do it. It's about you guys. I know that when I took the job. I learned it when I got it. Things got to work out for you guys, but they can't work out unless you do it a certain way. Everything is done for you. It ain't for me. It ain't for me to say how much I know, how much I can recite, recover, quote. It's for you. Everything for you. I know you might not believe it. You might feel like it. It's for you. And I got to be good with it. I got to be good when he say, it is enough. And you got to relinquish this. But it's because that's how he purposed it. And when you're an abad, you're just a servant. You have to get that in your mind. And I leave that to the preachers and any of y'all I can't ever look to take this on. It ain't never about you. It ain't about how you feel, what you like, what you don't like. It's about these people. As much as he loved Yahushua, and he told you how he loved him, He said, show me everything he does. He said, that's how much you love me. He said he loved me so much that he showed me everything he does. But he said, he loved you so much, he made me lay my life down for you. So it's stuff I had to give up, I had to just not do, or just move away from. Because you guys require that kind of attention. You require that. I recently stopped smoking hemp. It because I took a gummy the other day, small little gummy. That gummy took me out for 2 days and some change. I couldn't even walk. Couldn't hardly talk, couldn't even open my eyes really. I was out. I thought I had a stroke. But it was a really good thing. I did a lot of talking, a lot of talking, a lot of talking, a lot of talking, a lot of talking. And my conversation was about you. Making sure that y'all right above everything. Not taking the job for granted. He told me to occupy till I come. It's not a permanent position. And I'd be a fool to think it is. I ain't crying because I'm sad. Please don't. I'm very appreciative for everything he does, everything he has done. None of this is no sadness or down, depression. I don't even operate in that realm. I don't have the time. I just don't have the time. A lot of emotions I just don't have the time to hold on to. You have that luxury of that. Give you some days, give you some weeks to get over it. I gotta operate it now. So like I told you, I had to get on somebody earlier. And as soon as I did it, they called back and need some help. And my conversation wasn't to him then, it won't be till now. Aha, look what happened. Aha, you needed me. It's too childlike and too simple. It just go with the position. A lot of stuff you just have to put aside and go. I watch y'all do childlike stuff. You gotta have confidence. How I forgive, how I forget this. I just don't have that kind of time. I don't have that luxury. My soul in the line. People count on me. Kind of how you understand things like a man. And one time in a movie, A Few Good Men, Tom Cruise questioning Jack Nicholson about how he did things. And he let him know, son, I sit on a wall. And those walls got to be protected. And I had to do things that you wouldn't even fathom. Stuff for you is like a punchline. Honor, loyalty. And he got up and he got to walk out the courtroom, let him know, I had to get back on my post. You wasted my time. You call him up to have a conversation. You guys are the most important thing to Mr. Yahuah. The most. There is nothing more important than you guys. You have no idea their heart be happy. Y'all feel like I do a good job what I do as teacher? It's fine. That's because how much you care about you. Ain't got nothing to do with me. I ain't telling y'all I'm a dummy. I can't read. He give me just enough, just because of you. Because he see a willingness. He sees somebody that catches on and realize it's not about you, it's about these people. He said, he would love no more than to have a Rhodes Scholar up here to do this. He would love no more. Man, somebody who could really break down everything to every syllable, letter, everything. I mean, to the smallest little minute. But he look at, I can't get them to be willing to understand how much I care about these people. That's how much he care about you. But you throw your pity parties and act a fool and do something stupid and live like a bonehead retard and you get in these little clover walls and like you had a done stroke. And the man, he loves you. That's the only reason he give you the teacher. Only reason. Only reason he tell the man, set it aside. You on a wall. I always gotta be available to do my job without wavering, anytime, any moment. You need me, I'm gonna be there. That's part of my job. It ain't even a big thing. Small thing. Being Amana, small thing. Too many people done it. More than none have failed at it. But it's because he's really trying to instill something in the people to realize something. If you follow it to the letter like he tells you, then you see the benefit. I've gotten to see the benefit behind what this man says if you're set to give him that opportunity to work for you like he'll do it. You'll be complaining about what you ain't got. What you ain't right now is dead, which means you got a chance. There's a lot of people die with a lot of riches. None of it saved them. You're in the land of living, you still be saved. But you get in your rut, get in your stuff, you got your spiritual battle, you don't build that, ain't a spiritual battle. This is really your stupidity. But you want to make it a spiritual warfare because you childlike and you grow. So I got to grow y'all up. And go figure. I used to do the same thing. So you got somebody who understood it, who know you can be just as slow, sloppy, dragging, making excuses and getting nowhere. Any guy deal with me, no, I don't make no excuses. I'm making a way. Nobody can stop me. It's impossible. I literally mean that. Because I'm going to stay with my boss, nobody can be better than my boss. It's impossible. That's why I stay with him. Me, by myself, I would never trust me. Me with him, I can do all things through him that strengthen me. And I want you to have that same opportunity. But you got to realize that man cares about you way more than you even found him. You should have been dead. You should have been cut off. You need to know how to get rid of you. You know why? That makes sure you'll know you need to be on your toes to live right. That's how I'm working him. Let me tell you something. People make mistakes and people get it. I get on you and I let you have it. Some a little harder than others because more should have been expected. Like some, you're a little more timid, so I kind of let you grow handle. You got to know your kids, know how you deal with them. You know who don't get up here and get an opportunity to do this? Me. Do I complain to him about it? Do I ask him how you get to repent and stay, how you get to do it, how you get to screw up, how you get to fight back, disobey, and do what you do? No. I just know what I can't do. I got to stay on the wall. Why should it cease? Why should I leave it? Somebody got to be able to stand by example until you get back here. Anybody can make these excuses, cry, ball up, can't do, don't talk, act like you in some spiritual. It's just foolishness that you create for yourself. The man cares for you. That's the only reason you're here. He gives somebody that really honestly cares for you. No member of him or member where y'all gonna be sleeping outdoors. We're not doing it here. We don't have no such custom. Neither does the Malaky, no, not the Malaky, Mashkan or Alahim. They're called the church. We don't have the custom because he don't have that custom. We don't eat together. We don't grow together. We don't cry together. We don't laugh together. We're going to make it in the Malaky together. Or I'm going to get rid of you. I mean it, just like he'll get rid of me. See, my contention is with him, and I don't have a problem, my agreement with him. But I take my hand and do it up back. I already know the ends of it. Just like Ali did. When Ali saw his sons and he wouldn't restrain them and keep them back, when Shamuel, they call Samuel, when Elohim revealed to him in a Kalamuth in a dream, and he told him that if you keep back what Elohim showed you, Yahuwah will do the same thing to you. And he told him everything Yahuwah revealed to him. And when he told it to him, he let him know how he took him and how he established him, put him up. And he said, I made a barif with you. And let him know when he turned away and went from him that he had cut that thing forever. And he broke down crying and fell out. And he tore his clothes and started beating his hands on the ground. No, wrong person. He said, it is Yahuwah. Why don't need to cut the fool? I know what my agreement is. There's no reason for me to jump up, start running to no wall, talking about why thou forsaking me, tearing up, start running around. It is Yahuwah. Eventually, you guys, and I'm really on the Akeem because we need men. Men that are responsible, men that are willing to commit themselves and even attach their life to it, to be willing to suffer for it, to make sure the purpose of that man is done. All they got is quitters, cries, complainers. Can't do it, on the way wrong. So we gotta make changes. Time to get up. Like he told, see when Dawood got ready to move, he talked with his son, Solomon, who they call Solomon. He told him that I'm getting ready to go in the way of all the rights. I'm getting ready to go into it. He told him to be strong and show yourself a man. He told him that the man that ruled over Anashim, he got to be Sadat. He made sure he know to let him know. He tell him start crying, fall out. He let him know, you don't need to be strong. You got to show yourself a man. You guys have baby. This ain't every individual. You baby, you whimper, you cry, you made excuses, you screwed up, you've done all this stuff. It's time for you to do the opposite.
That's right.
I can help you. I'm really not your enemy. The man said, let preachers don't have no patience. Our time running out, so we don't have the time. I'm gonna teach you like the 12th, 11th chapter of the book of Yeshayahu. He told that there was gonna be a stem. They were gonna shoot from, they're gonna shoot from the root of Yashin. They call Jesse. And he said he gonna make him he gonna catch on real fast. I'm gonna need y'all to catch on real fast. That's why when I listen, I hear things. That's why I move the way I move when I'm reading, because I'm listening. When he read, I'm listening. I need y'all, Akeem, to start learning to do that. Let him know your abode heareth you. I hear you. I know what I need to do. When y'all do something opposite, and I just tell you something, I get really irritated because I said it's going to translate into you doing the same thing in here when it comes down to your ruach and your spirituality. That's dangerous to me. Y'all see, sometimes I said, y'all don't pay attention. I get it because I know this ain't the only place you're doing this, and you're going to play it the wrong place, and it's going to be your soul. He told Mushak, see that you do all things after the pattern. Mushak got angry with the people, smoked the rock twice. They get ready to go. Let me borrow for a second. You, Mushak, take the people on that land. Hold on, where you going? Yeah. Can you imagine? He said, where you going? He said, you ain't believe me. Mm-hmm. And he got to sit back. He got to look at it. What? He said, I told you smoked it twice. I told him, because you'll get to going. You've been doing something you ain't thinking. I told him, man, see that you do all things after the pattern I showed you. And he let him know, don't even talk to me no more about going in. He said, don't even talk to me about it. He said, get up to the Mount of Fiscon. Look eastward, westward, north, and south. He said, your eye behold it. He said, but you won't go in it. That's how quick he'll cut you off. It wasn't about him. I told you that I'm going to take these people into the place. I used you. You know I got to be good with that. Can you imagine you get all the way there and find out you ain't going? You thinking, what? I told these people I was going to take them. You were just a vessel I used to transport them to this point. You're not getting there. Do y'all understand? This is the agreement I got with this man. I'm only here to get you to a certain point, and then the man said, not you, not that point. Someone else will take. He said, Yahushua is going to take their people in. I got to be, listen, I know who's going to take y'all in, and I'm good with it. That's the agreement I have with him. It ain't about me. It ain't about me falling down, crying, or whatever. Oh, it's about the people. When he set Louis up, he let him know, this ain't yours. This the people's. Everything, this going to be the people. Everybody put up, he makes sure you understand it. It's the people. I'm trying to get me a people. You got to be good with it. And I'm good with it. Listen, I'm good. I ain't complaining. Please, y'all don't think I was. I'm appreciative. I understand it. It makes sense. The benefit belongs to you guys. And I get upset with you guys. Them people on that camera, I get upset with these people. And y'all drag, you screw up. You do the dumbest stuff, and I know he gonna cut you off. And it's like, why are you playing with this man? your cutoff gonna be worse than what you're going through. You don't appreciate nothing he does because you keep looking at what everybody got and you're looking at. Don't you know, man? A little. He said that a Sadiq man have. Ask him, so how you got it? Ask him, how you got it? Well, I beat that nigga. He said, I told you, a little righteous man have. It's more than all the treasure of the Rosh. But y'all got y'all out and stuff. I told y'all, man, I talk to people, I know people with money. You ain't gonna believe it. I know people with money. Can y'all believe that? Some kind of way I know them. Broke old me. When you hear people talking, tell you to do it. Just a little thought I already know. Listen, that's your hustle. They'll tell you, that's your hustle. I don't bother no man. I sold marijuana, cocaine. I had friends sold heroin. Man, pushing that boy. You want me to tell you a lie? I tried to sell it. Didn't try, didn't want to bag it, ain't touch it. I said, man, I can't do that time. Cocaine enough, I ain't trying to do that time. Listen, that's your hustle. Listen, that's you hustle. That's your hustle. That just ain't my hustle. I don't want everybody to hustle. And that's what you gotta stop doing. I know what I'm living for. But when you ain't got a purpose, you keep trying to do other people's hustle. That's why your stuff don't work. Learn your hustle. Everybody you see with something, quit thinking they got that stuff right. Just stop it. They got Joe Biden, president, getting ready to get impeached, all that money. You find out they've been making crooked deals. They've been sticking deal with countries, making deal with China, making all they plans. All these folks crooked, and you got your eyes on your heart open, your booty hole there wide. Oh, I see you ain't got your tonsil. I didn't know that. And both your wisdom teeth gone. Cause see straight up your behind out your mouth. Stop getting yourself stuck on these folks and start looking at this man as a benefit to you. He will benefit you more than what you think. You don't need hundreds of millions and billions of dollars to be happy, to be content. When you get the relationship, you have an understanding. You have peace and tranquility. Man, you know how many people in the hospital, man, they'll give all the money they got just to be able to breathe on their own. They'll write a check. If I could breathe on my own, if he get me up and let me walk out that hospital without somebody carrying me, if I want a paraplegic again, I give everything I got. And you say, you got all that. You ain't got everything in the world, but you got all your capability, and you got the mind that's set down the hill to comprehend the Malaky. And them folks give everything they got just to be able to get up and walk. Yeah. And you too stupid to realize he letting you keep that, your health and strength, and be able to obtain salvation. You ain't at a morgue tonight. You know how many funerals happen on Saturday? You know what I mean? Folk tomorrow getting in that night, folk just get there. All right, we'll see you in the morning. All right, take care now. Bring it for you, all right? That's what some folk getting right here tonight. In the morning, they got to get up, they got to get buried. Some of them folk going to be buried more than one family member. That ain't your testimony. Tonight. You're a fool, sir. You're a fool, man, you hadn't considered. Because you got your mind on what, listen. Seek ye first, and his Sadiq, and all these. Let me go get the ad. You ain't even got this. What you trying to add? All your stuff finna be subtraction. You were told how to add. This first, then you can add. What is nothing plus nothing? You need to get something before you try to add. I ain't got nothing. Cause you don't understand simple addition. Then they're gonna talk about he'll multiply. You a retard. Y'all arguing with these kids about math. You don't even know math. 0 plus 0 is how much? Yeah. What are you adding? You need something for it. That's why I told you to seek the Malaky. And all his Sadiq. Do y'all know where that Malaky was at? When he was repairing that stuff at? Who know where he was repairing that stuff at? Do anybody know where that place was? Second King, they call it. Byth Malakym 12:1. Does anybody know where he was at? Jerusalem. And what was Jerusalem? City of Peace. That was the Malaky. Remember, he was righteous, which means he saw that because he was the Malaky there. And he was right. He told you in all his righteousness, and you ain't gonna believe it. What they had a treasure full of? I told you, Ed. That'd be good.